Oh, microphone's on. Well, fair enough. Let's get going with this. That weekly one-shot was really awful, and I hate having this bad taste in my mouth left from playing an awful game. So let's rinse that out with the right hold. This is Stronghold 1. We're going to play through the military campaign, and we're going to do it on very hard mode because, well, let's just enjoy it.
As soon as the king had marched his army into the barbarian homeland, rumors began of a plot to seize the throne. When news came of the king's capture, the country was invaded. Several nobles, including your father, sought to end the bloodshed, but on the way to meet for negotiations, their party was massacred by a band of unknown raiders. Bruised and exhausted, you have been beaten back to a forest on an overlooked peninsula, where a small group of loyal troops are hiding. Although the country is lost, maybe from this refuge, you can at least avenge your father's death.
I say we act now, and strike while the iron is hot.
No, 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 no. The few men we have would be cut down like lambs to the slaughter. We need time to gather our forces.
Nonsense! I shall take 6 of me finest men into enemy territory by the cover of darkness, and...
No, just listen. Our men are close to starvation. This is what we must do.
The debate rages on well into the night, but eventually Lord Woolsack takes you to one side.
Sir Longarm tells me he knew your father well, which is why I'm giving you your chance to prove yourself. It is time you got your first taste of command. We need you to oversee the setting up of a good-sized base camp. Start by finding a suitable clearing, then use some of the wood plentiful in this area to begin your construction.
Alright, we're going to absolutely whiz through the start of this game because I should know it fairly well. What did we even need to do? Just get wood and food on the go, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. And for food, 1, 2 of you. And then we mash through it lightning fast. Speed and all is well. My people don't deserve food, and they must pay me taxes.
Your popularity is falling.
Now, there's not a lot we have to do. Just acquire meat and acquire food, acquire wood. Won't take long at all. These guys will get that meat together. I needed 40, right? Well, I've already got... Was it 40 food? No, it's only 20 food. That's nothing. Alright, very good. I got that going.
A message from your scribe. Scouts are reporting that packs of wolves are closing in on the castle. We must get the supplies stored.
That's why I think you're stored supplies. Oh, I can't delete it. Okay. There we go. I'm the freaking best.
Whilst the men frantically ferry precious supplies into the granary, Sir Longarm and Lord Woolsack ride into the camp.
Job well done. Not too bad for your first attempt.
No, no, no! The fool has pitched camp in the middle of the wolves' migration track.
Good. It will give the men some well-needed practice before we make our strike.
Poof! Now I have no choice but to send out a scout to find a more permanent position.
Day by day, the camp becomes more overwhelmed by the wolves, and their persistent howling robs the men of sleep. The situation is about to get out of hand when Lord Woolsack's scout returns. Soon afterwards, you are summoned into the command tent.
Sir Longarm has convinced me to give you another chance. We have found the remains of an abandoned stockade.
Wolves plague this county every winter. So, we need you to get the stockade back up to scratch quickly.
Failure is not an option this time. Just keep your eyes peeled.
To ensure the safety of your men, you are required to renovate the abandoned stockade before winter is upon us again. Use your archers to kill off any wolves that threaten your peasants.
Okay, this one I won't be able to blitz through quite as quickly, but I think we'll be alright nonetheless. Smack the granary down there, as usual. Most important thing is getting wood and getting it fast. So let's just have them chop down this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And oh wow, nothing left for food. Oh well.
Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
Give people generous bribes and double rations until we're up to 100 popularity. And then I'm gonna axe that. Somebody's saying my eyes, although I can't even imagine why.
Losing a little money, my liege.
Get that food, get that wood. Alright, so I do need to acquire some food. Alright, we'll get this done, and then we'll have jobs for our people. Just keep it going fast. Ah, God, this stronghold is so good. How did they manage to mess up so much in the future ones? It's beyond me. Not to say Stronghold 2 wasn't without its charms, but it was a clunky-ass game. I'm trusting everything looks and sounds okay. Normally I check that early, but I was just really keen to get rid of the taste of that previous game. The sooner, the better. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 for the food. And then it's just a case of getting the wood.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
And by mashing spacebar, we can have all the information we need to get this done and dusted nice and quickly. I don't want to completely stop these guys from being able to go to the stockpile, so I'll leave that there, and as soon as we have the 35 meat, we can keep on going. Shouldn't take these guys too long to get that meat going. In it goes.
Stocks are growing, sire.
That's 32, all right. Finally, some real grand strategy, says Asoproki. Certainly not.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Alright, we got all the wood we could possibly need. These guys are going to carve up these bodies. And then we'll have everything we need to beat this trivial starting mission. Until the combat arrives, the game is overall fairly trivial.
Wolves are on the prowl, sire.
Prowl indeed, but we just about have our food.
Wolves are attacking stocks.
In fact, let's not give people any food. Instead, give them loads of dosh. There we go, got the 35. We wall off the everything, and we're done.
Victory!
Easy.
Well, at least you can complete half a task.
Job well done. Now, our men are secure, and we can send a hunting party into the next county to eradicate the wolves for good.
I suppose it must be done, but we have to proceed with caution as that county is close to the enemy's border.
We need you to train some new recruits in the use of the bow.
The wolves breed in the next county. Find their lairs and wipe them out. It's them or us.
Find a hilltop and fortify yourself there using a mott and bailey.
Duke de Pouce has been patrolling the area of late, so it is vital you are not spotted, as we don't stand a chance against a full assault.
If you see that rat before I do, be sure you slice him open for me.
Construct a Motte and Bailey fortification and strengthen it with some towers. Then start bow production and raise a force of archers with which to eradicate the wolves that run riot there.
Place a keep to site your
I
castle.
always love the banter between the advisors there. I think the hint here is to build the hall right here since it's on the elevated area, but it's a bit far from resources. And I don't really like that. I don't really like that at all. But it's a bit aesthetically pleasing.
Site your castle, my liege.
But I don't like it. Nah, hell, we'll put it there
Site
anyway.
your granary side.
Granary's got to go somewhere. Meat is still the only thing we really have access to, so we'll just slap the granary in here with us. Now, as always, wood is vitally important to get things moving forward, so a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 to get that going. And I'm going to give people loads of money and loads of food just to get the popularity up to maximum as quick as possible. And then you guys just go out and slaughter people for me. 3 of you should do. And that's all the early workers that we need.
Our granary stocks are growing.
Keep it moving.
No change in the treasury law.
We'll start you off with a good chunk of cash in this one, that's for sure.
Our granary stocks are growing, sir. A message from your scribe. We'll have to work fast. These wolves are everywhere.
Oh, cry me a new one. Right, people are happy enough.
A little money, my
I'll still leave them a small bribe, enough to counterbalance the unhappiness that comes from other stuff. It doesn't really matter where you put hovels. It's annoying, but you can just throw them away to the side and they make no impact. Stronghold 2 really knuckled down on that one, though. And I need a whole lot of wood for what I'm going to be doing here.
Wood needed.
Already. Let's have ourselves a bit more of a sizable stockpile. Does higher difficulty add more wolves? These early levels have no difficulty setting, unfortunately. I wish they did. We need some people trained in the use of the bow, as Sir Longarm put it. God, I love Sir Longarm. Got all these people sitting around doing nothing. I want them chopping down trees as soon as I have the wood available. And I also want the bow, but getting wood really accelerates getting wood, so I shall get lots of wood. And we'll also get chopping over here as well. Chop, chop, chop. And even more people. Food shouldn't be that big of an issue, but I want to be sure that I can do plenty of that. And we'll get that Fletcher working as soon as we can. I'm just going to stick him right next to where the stockpile is, then he'll work the fastest. Stick down one of them for now, and I will need an armory. The closer it is to him, the better he can work. It's about minimizing the amount of time your people spend not working. So I have him go a very small distance to get to the stockpile and a small distance to the armory, and we're all good. Next up I need another touch of wood to have a barracks, but I don't have any bows at all, so wouldn't get me many places just yet.
I hear you're handing out bribes. Oh, I mean alms to the poor. Great.
Well, that's what you get for not getting food.
My liege.
He takes a couple bits of wood and he makes a bow out of it. How very nice for me, but I need a lot more of that. I'm thinking 3 or 4 Fletchers for this mission should suffice. So down goes the wood. Fletcher, Fletcher, Fletcher. And another Fletcher. But I need wood, of course.
Can't place that there, my lord.
I'll do what I want to do. Alright, we're out of gold already.
Treasury is empty.
Right, we'll start taxing our people a little bit and giving them food.
Double rations. Great.
Oh, don't get carried away. You get extra rations.
Extra rations.
Nah, we'll give you double, but I'll tax the hell out of you. So, already looking okay in terms of wood. Very okay, in fact. We'll, for the sake of comfiness, have our barracks here. and we shall wall ourselves off so that my people are safe. At least as safe as I say they can be. I'm afraid you are in the way. And again, another wooden gatehouse up here. God, this game is so cozy. If you wanted a genre-defying game for coziness, this is it. I'm sure there are people out there that says coziness is just some kind of meme or whatever, but nope, it is real, and this is it. There we go, all kitted out here, 3 points of entry, and I have some bows, and I'm going to put them to use now.
Instructions.
Get up there and get killing the wolves as aggressively as you can.
Wood needed.
Our food stocks are dwindling. The people love you, my lord.
Well, if they're going to love me,
A little
they can
money,
give me the
my
money. And I think we'll have more people, because more people means more money in taxes, and I can pay them off with food that they can go out there and hunt for me. Of course, they can also chop down trees for me.
Wood needed.
Economy in this game snowballs like nothing on earth. And that's not necessarily that bad a thing. I love this part as well. When you put a building up against a wall, it does that kind of sloped roofy thing, which is so cool. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and I'm glad that they did.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Oh, you're not wrong about that.
Our treasury is emptying.
The archers aren't doing much. Well, it's because I haven't told them to kill yet.
Ready.
Look at this poor bugger. And it's dead.
Yes. We await orders. Needed, sire. Archers, ready.
So I aggroed the wolves, which would be a problem if I didn't have these incredibly skilled archers murdering them.
Wolves are attacking, my lord.
Murdering them.
Would use a little extra food.
Sir, Depuce's men have arrived. We can't allow them to give away our position.
Well, where are they? Oh, they're over there. Well, that isn't good.
My bow is yours.
So I don't have an elevated area to smack them down from here with. Nor am in a great position to build any, but they'll die anyway.
Wait orders, sire. My lord, moving off.
I don't know if they're going to come and get me or not. No, they just took a few pot shots and ran. 'Tis but a small scout.
Instructions.
Well, I don't like what they're doing. Don't like what they're doing at all. Because they're not going on the aggression here, and I don't want to send my archers out away from their advantageous position.
We await orders. We await orders. Yes, we are on our way. Archers, ready.
Screw it, just go and kill them. I can go on the aggression anyways.
Notch arrows. Wolves are attacking, my lord. My bow is yours. A message from your scribe. The wolves are on the prowl, sire.
Oh, my guys seemed spectacularly
Leaving
useless there.
Moving off.
But that's because I didn't have a lookout post here to deal with people. And they're attacking from this side, so what I will do is get rid of all of these, because they're not in good positions for that. I shall hire those people as archers as soon as I have the vast amount of gold that I want.
No change in the treasury, Lord.
And we slaughter the wolves and carry on. This game is so great. What map are we on? Asks Lolnud. This is only the third map, and it's an easy game. Easy game for an easy life. We'll move our woodcutters over here.
Can't place that there, my lord.
I'll do what I want, thanks. Boy, you can really slaughter the wildlife if you have too many hunter posts. But I don't see that as necessarily a bad thing.
Recruits needed, sire. Instructions.
Alright, with all these done, there's very little reason that I can't just eradicate the wolves here. So I'm going to set up a wooden platform or two around here if I get the chance.
Place that there, my lord.
Oh, maybe it has to be put next to a wall now that I remember. Yeah, that's more like it. You're in the way.
We await orders.
Go and do that instead. Go kill all the wolves.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire.
And we maintain a defense here with you.
We are on our way. Wolves are attacking my lord.
I did not play through Stronghold Crusader. It didn't really appeal to me.
Finding targets.
Oh, these wolves won't know what hit them.
Take steady aim.
Ranged units are so powerful in this game. They have unlimited ammo and pretty good range, and the range improves the higher they are elevated.
My bow is yours.
Looks like a whole load of dead wolves.
Victory.
Nice. Perfect score as well.
Fortunately, the Rat's scouting party did not survive long enough to give away your position. But it is likely that they will be missed before long. A dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Hopefully, by the time you receive this message, all has gone well, and you'll put an end to those irritating wolves. I now ask a favor of you. Begin constructing an outpost on the edge of Duke de Pousse's territory in order to help me better judge the strength of the Rat's forces. You must not, under any circumstances, send confirmation of your mission's completion to Lord Wolfsack.
The Rat was raised as an only child in lands belonging to the de Pouce family. The Duke showed his mother favor, ensuring that she never paid taxes, and always had enough to get by. One day, a messenger came by, and it was revealed that his father was the same Duke de Pouce who his mother had once worked for as a serving wench. Due to an unfortunate accident, the entire de Pouce family had been lost at sea whilst returning from holiday, leaving the Rat as next in line to inherit the title of Duke.
Find a suitable location on high ground near the lands belonging to Duke de Pouce and start construction of an outpost. The wooden keep will offer better protection than a simple hall. Take some cattle to breed as the land there suits them well. Do not show yourself to the enemy, but should you be discovered, let none escape to tell. The hills will give your archers an advantage when firing from height.
Alright, finally we have the opportunity to change difficulty. Easy, normal, hard. No, we play very hard, although I can't remember this. Can't remember this one. Ah, yes. The enemies all spawn from here. We have the elevation advantage, which becomes a bit clearer if you look at it from this angle. And this is the map in its fullest. It's kind of cool that you can see the whole thing when zoomed out, but such is the magic of modern everything. Right, we were told that we're going to be using cattle this time around, so wooden keep goes Doesn't really matter, I'll just slap you down
Site
there.
your granaries.
Granary goes here.
Needed.
Give me the
Wood
wood
needed.
then, there we go. And next up, well, wood as always, but
Our food stocks are dwindling.
double
No
rations,
change in the treasury.
loads of money for everyone. And 10, huh? 10, you say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. And and 10, I guess. There we go. Just making sure everybody has a job and we can carry on.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
The effect of popularity is scaled with the amount of people that you have. Sorry, it doesn't scale with the people that you have, but the effects on food and taxes do. So I can offer double rations, get massive amounts of popularity out of it,
Losing a little money, my liege.
and then just switch this around.
Why, thank you, my lord.
Excellent. Now get in and get chopping trees for me. Wow, Stronghold hasn't happened here in a long time, asks Anohito. I was just so disgusted by today's weekly one-shot that I need something to purge
We
it.
are losing a little money, my liege.
Jake, do you ever detach the storage from the keep? Yes, I do, but these early missions, it's not worth it. It's super good for you to move it to somewhere between trees and stone, and especially when it comes to bread production. But we'll get there. We will certainly get there. And I probably won't do it perfectly efficiently, but I'll do it perfectly enough for me. So we have all the population we need to get this going. I am barely feeding my population because I want this meat to last. The meat has a hidden bonus to me as soon as I get this. As soon as I get these cows fully operational.
More wood is needed.
Placing buildings needs a lot of quality of life in this game, from my point of view. There's some elements of it that are just feeling a bit wrong. Right, not a lot I can do until I have some wood to play with. Fortunately, the wood is on the way. And in the interest of efficiency, let's grow this. Right, so what I need to do now... Well, need is always relative, right? What I'm going to do now...
Not enough workers available to run this building.
You don't
Wood
say.
needed.
You also don't say. These cheese production has an initial
Not enough workers available
reasonable
to run
expense
this
on
building.
wood and a lot of time that you spend waiting for it. But once you have 3 fully operational cows, they just go and do their own thing for a while. Let's set up 1, 2, yeah, 2 of those should do. The wood is coming in, but not nearly fast enough. One always needs more wood in this game.
Our food stocks
Now that
are
I have 2
dwindling,
types of
my
food, I get
liege.
+1 happiness, even though I'm just getting them half ration. So it's really only -3 happiness, which I
We
can
are
offset
losing a little money, my
with a
liege.
little bit of a bribe. That said, I will want money to set up some fletching, but all of that requires wood as usual. A couple of waves of wood will get me going strong. There we go, keep the wood flowing. And of course, keep the food flowing. Gonna show Nitro how to play. Watching Nitro, I was almost
Our food stocks are dwindling.
almost
my liege.
enjoying my anger at that. He's better than that. Or here's the scary thought, what if he's not? What if he's really not? I'm gonna set up a couple of you, and then I'm almost out of
Our
money,
treasury is
so I can't
empty.
afford to keep throwing people handouts here.
Our food stocks
I
are
will have
dwindling,
to
my
give
liege.
people some actual money soon. I don't want to do that. Still, the population's swelling up nicely,
More wood is needed.
and soon we'll have the wood to get the armory going as well. This guy drops off. I think they drop a dozen bits of wood. So I'll set up a wee armory right there. No bows, but once we get the wood, everything else will sort itself out. Ah, God, I love this game. But everyone loves this game, so that's nothing surprising. I mean, there's everything to love about this game. And now that the wood is flowing in at a reasonable rate, great, I can have my my barracks set up. Doesn't really matter where it goes, but I'll set it over there. And soon I'll have to set up my defensiveness, but I need even more wood for that. And I need the money to start flowing in. So I'm going to start charging taxes. I don't want to, but I'll have to. Extra rations will do for now. And I want more people. More people means more taxes, don't you know?
Can't place that there, my lord.
Of course, you need to put them to use, and creating food is a great way to offset the growing hungry population. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff can get in the way of building. It just takes one little thing to get in your way of something that you want to build, and you're scuppered. Fortunately, though, I can just lay these things pretty much anywhere. And with this plentiful amount of wood, we'd be foolish not to begin erecting some defences. On very hard mode, they come thick and they come fast. So let's be ready for them. Also, it just feels cozy to have yourself fully enclosed here. There we go, almost no way in. There's a wee gap here, but that's okay. Because I'll just say, you shall not pass. And if they do decide to head all the way over there, I shouldn't have too much problem destroying them. Looking out from the other side, nice. And the money's flowing in and my people are happy. Too happy, in fact. Let's cut down all the food they're eating.
Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
And have some more fletching.
More gold is needed.
Yes, gold. I'd like more of this wood cut down so that I have access to places to build these farms. I don't want to build them down here because I'll probably get ravaged by enemy attack. This isn't outside of the realms of possibility. Yeah, I could do it. Bit far from the granary. Very far from the granary, in fact, but it only costs wood to do, and I have plenty of people to get milk in those cows. Plus, any enemy who wastes his time attacking these is an enemy that I am shooting to shreds with the archers that don't exist right now.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire. Me lord, leaving now.
Honestly, this game would be 10 out of 10 if there weren't those siege missions, says Lucky. Yeah, the siege missions are so difficult, I don't even know what to do with them.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Alright, this is perfectly acceptable. So we can just speed up a bit. Food's coming in from the cheese. Now, cheese does not give you a lot of food. It's like 3 or 4 a pop. But it doesn't take them that long to milk and get the food.
Popularity is falling. Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
That's okay. As long as I get the gold, it's all good.
We await orders. Needed, sire. Instructions.
Have a couple of you posted here just in case we get attacked here, and exclusively not here. And then we just carry on. Not really much else to build unless I have the... Oh,
What are your orders?
kill them all.
Orders needed, sire. Yes, we are on our way.
Oh, that's a fair few of them. But we'll still get them killed. They got no easy way into my stronghold as far as I can tell. And archers maul spearmen unless the spearmen are insanely massed.
We await orders needed, sire. Archers, ready. My bow is yours.
Oh, whoa, something weird happened there. There we go.
My lord, leaving now.
As a note to self, don't click off of the game. In order to get this game to run in a windowed mode, I had to run it through an external program. As long as I don't press the home key, everything should be alright. Alright, so fair enough, they're going to probably destroy some of my cheese farms, that's alright. Because the time that they do that is time that they get peppered by my archers. The fact that they're splitting up works against them, not for them. So although... there's really no problem here. I can take a snooze, I'm confident these guys are all going to die.
We await orders, sire. We await orders. People are leaving the castle.
So people aren't happy with my policies right now, but a bit of double rations will help out. And I have these guys as a buffer for those that run away. So there we go. Perfectly acceptable, and we have a good bit of dosh, so we can have more fletching.
Can't place that there, my lord.
Get fletching, lads.
Gold needed.
I know. Give me the gold. I don't think I ever built a single spearman in all my Stronghold games, says Paraox 16783. It's because it's so much more cost effective to build up archers and spearmen.
People are coming to the castle.
And the power balance there is way off.
Our treasury is empty.
Right, if people are here, then they can pay my obscene taxes.
I can't pay that.
I said you can pay my obscene taxes. That'll allow me to do more fletching and get more archers, and it all just pays itself off quite nicely. If I could, I would have bad things here as well to boost up efficiency, but that only comes significantly later in the game. In the campaign, at least. Thing about spearmen, they are super cheap to make, but they die to pretty much any unit. So that's a bit of a shame. Got more wood than we know what to do with here. There's an idea that I could build a second wall around here or reinforce myself a bit harder. Certainly don't want to be invaded and have my walls broken down, so let's have this.
Our cows are struck down by a strange malady, my lord.
Well, that's just rubbish. There goes all my food production for a while. So no more double rations for everybody.
Gold flowing into the treasury, sire. Our granary stocks are
Alright, you can keep the double food, but my food production has just disappeared for a while.
We await orders needed, sire. Yes? Moving off.
Fortunately, this game isn't Knights and Merchants, so my troops don't need feeding. Yeah, all the cows are dead, and now I need to wait for them to be created once again. Random events like that are just the bane of the game, especially economical missions. They can just kill your economic mission and you just gotta eat it. Probably restart and prepare for it better, which is a whole load of rubbish. But I've got a pretty solid economy here, regardless of that, so I should just be able to keep on building archers and wait for the inevitable, there we go, last battle on its way. I'm confident with what we built up here. There's something to say for building up more of my dairy farms.
Is rising. Granary stocks are very low, sire.
Yeah, especially due to that.
Our food stocks are dwindling.
Gonna half their rations, and the gold stocks are fine.
Another group of the rats men heading in our direction. Are we ready for them?
Not really, but we'll be okay.
We await orders. My bow is yours. We are on our way.
Yeah, this will be fine. Nothing to worry about. My troops are elevated compared to them. It's not a lot of elevation, but it'll do.
Falling. The rats' troops are attacking.
Ah, he's barely brought any more. They'll all die.
We await orders needed, me lord. Weapons needed. Instructions. Sire.
So I don't actually like having to make my own bows. I far rather just buy them and invest more in the economy. But it doesn't always work out that way. And there we go. I don't really care so much that they're wasting the time taking on my farms, because it just allows me to slaughter them that bit faster. Ha, the farms even survived a fair bit.
No labor, sire.
Good for us. Very, very good for us.
Are growing, sire.
Double rations. Great.
Ah, it's so nice to play a good game.
Weapons needed, we await
Like
orders.
a really good game.
The stockpile is full, my lord.
Damn, we've got a lot of wood. Well, that tells me that I've probably cleared away enough room for more of this.
Is rising.
And these guys can go. Make way for more cheese. Grommet. Also, where you build the pastures, they're not fussy. They can go anywhere. Unlike hop farms, wheat farms, and apple farms that need to be on level valley floor lands.
We await orders needed, yes? Sire. Leaving now.
Running out of space to put all these folks. That'll do. For the next batch.
We await orders. Archers, ready! The rats' troops are attacking.
Right, now he's getting a bit more serious, but it's still not going to hold up against me. Chick, are you willing to jump into an Imperator multiplayer lobby that's regularly going? No. No nice way to put that, just no. If you had placed the keep as far to the right as possible near the cliff, could you have used it like a tower? Yes, I could have. An indestructible tower at that.
Survived the enemy's onslaught.
I think the stockpile would have been in an unpopular place, but the elevation would have been better than these. Oh, that wasn't even their biggest army, but that's okay. If there's such thing as too many woodcutters, we probably have it.
Gold needed.
Oh, right, yeah, I need to tax the bollocks off my people.
The people worship you, sire.
Then they can pay my taxes.
You've got to be joking. Please, sire. I have a family to support. These taxes are unjust.
I do love the little advisor with his reactions to what you do.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire. My boys.
But as long as you can feed them, a large population is pretty much always better.
Me lord?
Oh, they can't even reach down there? That's a shame. Where can they reach then?
Can't place that there, my lord. Instructions. Moving off.
Well, that is a damn shame.
The rats' troops are attacking.
Oh well, you know what? Hold out here
On our way.
as a last ditch, just in case they break through everything else. Okay, this still isn't their largest attack, but it shall fail. This always filled me with a sense of elation as a child. It was probably
Outlying villagers have seen a band of the rats' troops heading this
probably
way.
a warning, really. So there's a really cheap thing you can do in this game, and that is thus. You build something like this, and then you wall it in, and then you just shove all your archers here and they kill everyone. Bum, and they're safe. I don't like doing that. I'm going to try to avoid doing it in this campaign. Very hard can get very hard, but I should be able to manage without doing that. I want to have a stronghold and defend it, not an outpost that just games the system that hard. Oh, they don't attack it? Oh, they do attack it. But here's the thing, you are immediately showering them with shots here, and you're just sitting here doing it. They can't hurt you. They can come and break it down and then try to kill you, but you can just reinforce it. You have to reinforce this area, not this area. So resource-wise, it's incredibly cheap, and a few units go a long way with that. Alright, this is as big as their attack gets, and they're all about to die. But let's not get too cocky. Let's actually have some units ready just in case they get through.
My bow is yours.
For example, oh, okay. I was going to say some of them have gotten behind my walls in a place that I can't see them, but if they'd broken through, these guys just would have slaughtered them.
We can't catch them. They'll give us away for sure.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one, but easy peasy, nothing to it.
Victory.
Perfect score as well, due to no units lost.
You have boldly beaten back many of the rats' patrols, but a few stragglers have managed to survive the last attack and escaped. Although no new orders have been received, you cannot afford to let them reach Duke de Pouce to uncover your location. You continue to chase the retreating survivors deep into the next county, only to lose them in fog by nightfall. Meanwhile,
they have taken out half a dozen patrols and are actually invading one of my counties. What am I supposed to do now?
Stay calm, de Pouce. Any rebel militia worth their salt fled abroad seasons ago. Your men can take care of a few snivelling outlaws. Why not come deer hunting with me to take your mind off things?
But they're only a stone's throw away from here. I have to do something.
Simply send a small siege force to sever their source of escape.
That's easy for you to say.
Relax. By the time we return from our hunting trip, the problem will have resolved itself. Trust me.
the snake was once made governor to some of the richest provinces in the homeland, where he made an extremely fruitful living from underdeclaring the taxes he collected. But when the king found out, he had him posted here to the new colonies. During one of his first military encounters, he went up against your father, losing an eye to him in combat. On that day, the snake swore he would not rest until the decapitated heads of your entire family were lined up on spikes outside of his keep. Your scouts report that you are trapped without enough supplies to continue, or enough troops to fight your way back. Your only chance is to make your stand here. They have found a strong defensive position on an island in a broad river, and one of your lieutenants has already started building a base. The land around the river is very fertile. Use it to grow some wheat.
Alright, finally time for the wheat economy to begin. Alright, we're on a pretty small island here, so we won't be able to make the most use of that wheat, but we'll do what we can. Granary. I'm going to slap you over there. Food availability is just wheat. Alright, this could get grim.
Me lord?
Get up there for starters.
No.
And as usual,
Our granary stocks are growing.
feed
No
people,
change in the treasury,
bribe
lord.
people, and get chopping down that wood. Closest stuff first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's good to get the wheat flowing early, so I'm going to erect not 1 but 2 wheat farms as close to this as I can, and that'll deal with the first 10 people at least. We have bakers now. Jake has become unstoppable. You're not that far off, really. There's probably some thought that I could build the wheat farms here closer to the stockpile, but I won't. There we go, nice sizable stockpile.
Our granary stocks are growing,
There we go.
losing a little money, my liege.
Keep people happy enough.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
And it's not like early on the money doesn't really mean much because there's so few people. I have a fair bit of wood though. I think I will slap down a hovel and prepare myself for even more wood. Still a fair bit to be chopped down here, so I'll stick another woodcutter out here. It's good to keep the woodcutters closer to the trees in a stockpile because they have to make 3 journeys to trees and just 1 to the stockpile. So that should do us well. The more your popularity, the faster you get people joining. See the guy, he spawns in, pledges fealty, and then goes and gets a job. Tell me about you and your job.
Half rations? I don't like that.
Well, it's a shame, Sam Shovelface the Woodcutter, because whether you like it or not, it's what's happening.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
This is okay, though. I remember being annoyed at Stronghold Legends and how the enemy threw witches flying brooms at me and my archers damaged all of my buildings from the arrows that missed. Oh yeah, it's really funny. Even your hunters can destroy your buildings with missed arrows. It amuses me to a great degree. Right, I have a bunch of people doing nothing out there.
Wood needed.
I don't have enough wood to get them working on. What am I trying to say? Getting them working on wheat, so I will have yet more woodcutters.
Can't place that there, my lord.
I'll have them all cut wood because getting a good flow of wood helps the early game of this so much. And here's our first chunk, unsurprisingly from the closest woodcutters. So I'm going to invest that into more people to move in here. And those people will, of course, as soon as we have more wood, grow more wheat for me. Wheat is so powerful in this game. So once he arrives there with it, clunk, 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 15, that's a wheat farm. There'll be another wheat farm once somebody else arrives with the wood. A whole bunch of wood's coming in here, this is good. Well, it's better than good, it's not half bad. Have yet another one. Is what I'd like to say, however. There are other things I'll have to concern myself with. It costs quite a lot of wood to get... Nah, what the hell, let's have another one. But there we go, the wheat is now arriving, and that wheat must be turned into flour in the mill. Just one mill should do for now. When I start having more and more wheat, or flour rather, wheat and flour, we'll need more mills and more bakeries. But there's going to be a lot of job openings for bakeries around here, and they will not be catching fire. Getting bread economy going takes a lot of initial wood, a lot of labor, and a lot of space. But it ends up being more space efficient because the sheer amount of bread that you produce is otherworldly. So let's get a baker going, because this guy does not take long to mill flour at all. There we go. He should actually even keep that many bakeries happy, as long as the flour arrives, which it certainly will if I have even more of you. Right, population's getting a bit big, but until we have some food flowing, I don't want to change the money situation. I do, however, need to get fletching real fast. I'll build 2 of you.
Wood needed.
2 of you. There we go. And we'll get an armory up once we have that wood. Good, they're all coming in with it. Bakery's not catching fire. Who are you and what have you done with Jake? There's no fire yet. Give it time. Space. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hell, that'll do. I'm gonna keep this on the inside of the my everything, I think. Just slap you over there. Just so I have my barracks to hand. Great, we're starting to produce food. So double rations and money. Average taxes for now. Actually, extra rations and average taxes should do. I want more population, more everything. More population means more taxes, you know? More population, more wheat. More wood. More flour, just, yeah, more everything.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
And better defenses. Might seem a bit premature building these up now, but as the snake would say, trust me. I'll shore up defenses on the points of entry first. Oh, this is bad, this is bad. Right, I'm actually going to delete my barracks and smack this wooden gatehouse here instead.
Stocks are very low, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Might seem like madness erecting a wooden wall here. Tell that to the English. Also, this guy's way out of his league. Let's get rid of him, and you, and you. Alright.
Your popularity is falling.
All part of the plan.
Gold is flowing into the treasury. A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle.
Okay, well, that I need to prepare for. So let us erect our wooden barracks. Get out of the way, kiddo. And get some archers going.
Instructions.
Defend us. This is where they attack from, and I need to be ready for that. Right, I need more fletching, and I need more fletching badly. But for that I need more money. And for that I need more food, and for that I need more bakers. And for that I need more wood, but I have more wood, so that's okay.
Can't place that there, my lord.
Wood needed.
They're coming to the ramparts.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
Orders. We await orders. Moving off.
Okay, a bit of a problem. There are more of them than there are of me. However, we have a little bit of shelter on our side here. I'm gonna get this wooden defense going around. Oh, yes. The bastards. Where are they going? Oh, there are more of them than I expected, and they are duking me out hard. I could have been shooting them for a while by now. Alright, I have to hope that we can make do with this.
Archers, ready!
And I didn't prepare for this. They're going around this way, which I did not shore up defenses for. Might be a bit late to do now. Ah, what is even too late?
My bow is yours.
Yeah, we're getting shot to shreds here.
We await orders.
And then taking pot shots at my lord, which isn't good either.
Me lord? Leaving now! Instructions!
I mean, it's an early mission, but it's still very hard, so they're sending a lot more units than you tend to be ready for.
Yes?
But we got this. On other difficulties, your initial units are plenty for this. But there we go. Done and done right.
Archers, ready!
Oh, I don't like where you're going. If you disrupt my bread economy, I will be none too happy.
Not enough workers available to run this building.
Oh yeah, where'd my happiness go?
Grow steadily, sire.
Too busy defending. Didn't notice that everyone had left my castle.
My boys, yours. Notch arrows.
Also, the spearmen are in here, causing all sorts of ruckus. But they will die, no problem there.
Me lord? Finding targets.
There we go. Great.
Moving off.
Back to positions. Let's deal with the,
No change in the treasury, lord.
very unhappy people that we have right now.
Not enough workers available to run this
And we'll be good.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire. Our treasury is emptying.
Yeah, I made a mistake on the people front there. Now my war economy isn't moving forward at all. Which is pretty bad. That was a rookie mistake there, but it's okay. We'll get those people back in no time. As soon as I have positive popularity. I think on hard mode they start bringing in catapults, so I'm going to shore up my defenses here a bit more. And people should start coming to the castle now.
People are coming to the castle.
Damn right. Lack of wood is becoming a bit of a problem. I've already cut down so many of the trees around here, but there's still stuff going on here. Trees spread as long as there is a tree, so you can do too much deforestation, which is a great touch to the game in my view. Alright, let's keep it moving.
Your popularity is rising.
And that should be plenty of me being a nice guy.
A little money, my
Time
lord.
for the taxes.
Bit much, these taxes.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. We are losing a little money, my liege.
There we go. You don't have a lot of levers to pull when it comes to popularity in the early game. It's really just taxes and food. Later on you can have religion, ale, good things, bad things. In fact, they're detailed here.
People worship you, sire.
Good old fear factor. That's where it's at. This is a long time to go without bow production. I'm getting a bit antsy about that. But I did this to myself with my lack of popularity. I'm also thinking that the way that they can get through here is too easy, especially if they go into this area here. So what I should probably do is just shore this off with wood. There's nobody that really needs to go this way anyway. There we go. Oh, that little bloody kid just made his way past, so surely others can as well. There we go. There's another way to get to the stockpile. People just have to use that. And then there are these guys. Those are inefficient. Anything else kicking around that's inefficient? These guys can at least cut down those trees, that's okay. Alright, carry on. Hope I don't need too many more...
Instructions.
Oh, 9 is a poor number of
Our gold stocks grow steadily.
poor number of those to have.
Our gold stocks
Super
grow
rations, super
steadily,
taxes.
sire.
And super more of you. And now I should have people bumming about good and proper. Which means it's time for many more bakeries once we have the wood for them. Alternative thought, it's time for more wood production.
A message from the rat.
Prepare to grovel before me in my court. You do not have what it takes to defeat the likes of me.
He's probably not wrong.
We await orders. Needed, sire.
I got a huge setback with
We await orders.
production of bows. And you certainly need bows to clear these guys out. Oh, the AI taunts in this game are great.
We await orders. Needed, sire. Yes. We are on our way.
Every unit here is going to make a difference. Fortunately, we got a few more.
Archers, ready.
Run, run, as our soldiers wail. Death from above continues to hail. For the rat, the end is nigh. That's what I sing now, but he could well come and body me. Really, there's no need for anybody to cross around here, so I could shore up a bit of a defense, but it would cost wood that I barely have. Wood is also needed for the production of all these bows, so that's a concern too, but there we go. Considerably more bowmen now.
Wood needed.
The rat's troops are attacking.
Alright, what's he throwing at me this time? What are you doing?
Instructions.
Get your ass up there.
We await orders. Needed, sire. We await orders. Leaving now.
He came with a few more this time. Alright, let's see what can be done. What do my people have to say about the situation?
Save us, my lord. The barbarians are approaching. We're doomed.
Oh, so their morale is high.
Yes.
There are a whole lot more of them than there are of me. And I'm not even killing any of them just yet, but we'll get there.
Archers, ready.
Oh, jeez. My units are getting kind of mauled there. Kind of standing out in the open and eating both of them. Move around a bit, please. Get some reinforcements. And only eat half of them instead of most of them.
We await orders. Yes. Archers, ready. We await orders. Needed, sire. My bow is yours. Me lord.
Okay, pretty heavy losses there, but oh jeez, I think the arrows just took that down. Oh no, those guys were there hurting me. That's pretty rubbish for me.
Yes, moving off. Archers ready.
Oh, they are in and hurting.
The Lord is under attack.
All right, give them what's for. This is not a position you ever want to be in. I'm getting mauled here. And this is far from the end. Well, the Lord himself might be able to hold out, but these archers are doing something nasty. No, I think he's about to die.
A message
There we go. That's a real damn shame.
Victorious! And as for you,
Well, I know exactly when we're wrong there, and we will rectify that.
You have been defeated.
Beaten by Depoos, though. Terrible.
Sight of
Alright,
the granary
I'm
side.
gonna undo everything that went wrong there. Really, it was one period of letting my popularity slip, and that stopped me from producing enough of anything to keep up.
Our food stocks are dwindling. No change in the treasury, Lord.
Right, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Can't place that there, my
7,
lord.
8, and a 9, 10.
My bow is yours.
I remember failing this one very hard in almost the same way, says Alpha Gamma. It's alright, you live and learn.
No change in the treasury, Lord. Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Alright, good enough.
We are losing a little money, my liege.
Of course, more people are always better people. And we need that wood, so chop down that. Chop down these. Chop down more of those. And also get going there. Ah, there's also here, which I didn't really put to use early on. That should do as well. There was an early point where my archers were getting slaughtered on both sides, so I think having them here is actually a bad move. I should keep them on one extreme and then move to the other. Because getting sandwiched on both sides was ruining my day there. Alright, keep it going. Right, now I have peasants that are sitting around doing nothing. The question is, what do I have them work on? I'm about to get more wood, so I could have them get going with wheat farming. Or I could start fletching nice and early. At least if I have one of these guys going early, it'll help with bow production pretty swiftly. And yeah, I think I will do that actually. Maybe I've been unnecessarily scared off, but I'm going to do it. Now he has no wood to get, but there'll be other guys approaching with wood for him. I also need an armory, so that's another 10 wood there, but you're coming along with it right now. Will you be playing the full campaign, or is this just a palate cleanser? See, I don't know yet. I do not know. I guess we'll find out.
Wood needed.
Yeah, do I have enough wood cutters though? I think I should take more advantage
Not enough wood, my lord.
of the wood over here that I didn't cut down before. These are very disposable anyway. As long as they produce one bit of wood, they've already paid for themselves and then some. And a bit more wheat as
Not
well.
enough workers available to run this building.
Wood needed.
There we go. Hopefully the wood will come in fast enough for me to have work for these guys. Maybe 4 of these will do. I felt like I was running out of room for bakeries anyway. Big McLarge Hughes says, didn't catch the last stream. Is Granada finished? Oh, it's finished alright. Alright, we have a little bit of
Not enough wood, my lord.
a little bit of wheat sitting there. One little mill will take care of that nicely. And we'll eat up some of my workers because it takes 3 to run a mill as I recall. And then we can get some initial baking happening. Just get that food flowing.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. We are losing a little money, my liege. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
That should do us well for a little bit. And the wood's piling on, which is excellent. So we'll have more of this.
Can't place that there, my lord.
Since nobody goes around here, I probably shouldn't have a gatehouse. I should just have wood here. That seems a bit more logical. This can be the go to and through. Same with here, and this just gets woodened off.
Your popularity is falling.
A highly logical conclusion. Of course, if they break through this, that's bad news for me. Grand. Just grand.
More gold is needed.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Right, with the bakeries actually up and running, I shouldn't have to keep forcing my people to eat half rations for a wee while. I'm not sure what's the most efficient between extra and double rations, because I don't know how extra is. Is that 150% rations? Anyway, the effect on popularity is pretty massive, so let's keep it good. And of course have more people for more money. And more wood is needed, don't you know? Right, this guy no longer has much work to do, so away that goes. And up springs our barracks. And shore up the defenses.
We await orders needed, sire. Me lord, we are on our way. Instructions.
Alright, that should be pretty good for the initial attack. Then we've got to handle whatever else comes our way. The wheat farms are operational and bringing wheat, as well they should. And we have more flour than we're actually consuming. So let us consume more flour.
We have so much food nowadays, I'm getting really fat.
Our food stocks.
The amount of food you get out of a baker is just so much better than all other sources. Extra is 150%. Okay, so I wonder what the most efficient way to do this is. I feel like half rations for a while and then double rations is the best, but maybe not. Maybe it all just balances out pretty well.
More rations, great.
A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle. We await orders. We await orders.
Well, as long as I got the money, it's all good. Oh, I placed you in the wrong place. Oh well. The thing is, even peasants around the campfire need to eat, unfortunately. Well,
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
they can at least get to work for me over here.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. Our treasury is empty.
Half rations, regular taxes. No,
Our
normal
granary
rations, normal
stocks are growing,
taxes.
sire.
Should be okay for now.
We await orders. Needed, sire. Yes. Leaving now. Archers ready.
The more archers you have,
My bow is
the
yours.
fewer you're going to lose,
Moving
so the
up.
more you have. It's a really delicious
We
cycle.
await orders. Needed, sire. Instructions?
10 of them should be alright for this.
We await. Oh, they're coming to the ramparts. We are on our way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's more of me this time at least.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
I want to get another Fletcher on the go though, and to make sure we don't make morale go way down this time. Come one, come all. Kinda nuts how they're shooting us before we shoot them. My elevation should be better, but
Yes.
make do with what we got. Glorious.
We await orders, needed, sire. Archers, ready.
Right, that's them down. Now,
My bow is yours.
let's move ourselves over here.
Instructions. Leaving now.
Should have range on everything that
We
needs
await
it.
orders. Needed, sire. We await orders.
Oh yeah, wasn't I meant to build up a defense here? If they take out my granary, I'm going to be most unimpressed. And they're going right towards my granary. Whew! That was mucho daft of me. Let's not allow that. Granary is super important, but a great strategy to use in multiplayer. Sneak in with mercenaries on Stronghold 2 and take out the enemy granary. Absolutely cripple their economy for a while.
Yes. Moving off.
Kind of saddened that there was no way to heal your units in this game, though. They take damage, they just keep taking damage and eventually die. Alright, looking a lot better on the wood and the money for fletching. If only I could build in a straight line. Sadly, if you delete these buildings, you don't get half your money back. Or really, you just get a bit of wood back. Now let's keep that bread economy flowing. If I had access to the marketplace, the fact that I have bread here would be even more overpowered. But I do not. Let's just build a dangerous amount of bakeries in close proximity. And more space for more people. Good.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
Normal rations.
Our granary stocks.
I really think you're better feeding half rations for a while and then extra rations. Surely that works out better for popularity to food. Let's say they eat 10 rations per unit of time. 2 units of time at normal rations. 20 units gone. 1 unit of time on half and 1 unit on extra. It'll be 5 and... yeah, okay.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire. Archers, ready.
At least I caught myself there. This game is the best game ever made, says Sir You Win. I'm not sure I'd agree with best, but it is a very good game. Extremely comfortable.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire. The people love you, my lord.
Well, if they love me, they should give me all their money.
My liege.
Words to live by there. Still, more people, more taxes. More food that they require, but that's alright. The bakery economy will have them sorted. Jake, I think I remember you mentioning the old Lords of the Realms games. I did not. Did you play those when you were younger? No. I think the siege mechanics in the second game would appeal to you. Is that so?
My boy's
Nope,
yours.
never heard of them, never played them. This was, I think, the period of time where I had no popularity and was just getting ravaged.
Lord, we are on our way. Leaving
I think I'll have some of you up here to provide all-round defense. Jake, you know you can speed up the game. Yeah, I know. I know quite a bit about this game. Evidently not enough to survive this mission.
Our treasury is emptying. Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
This is
Our
great.
treasury is
Mean taxes, double rations. That's how it should be until you get access to the good and bad buildings.
We await orders needed, sire. Instructions. We await orders. Moving up.
There we go. So you should have a good all-round defense here. You'll tackle any that come this way, and we're all good. Well, relatively good for now, at least. I think I'm going to want a second wall here. And maybe even an in-between wall. Because I do worry a bit about catapults here. And when you only have wooden walls, God, they get destroyed by them.
Weapons needed, sire.
I have a lot of people not working for me, though.
To grovel before me in my court. You do not have what it takes to defeat the likes of me.
Oh, I do love their taunting. Food situation looks alright. I'm not sure it's even worth my time building up another wheat farm at this point, but I will, because there are too many bakeries that are not operational because of no wheat, or rather no flour. And I don't like that.
Can't place that there, my lord. Yes? We are on our way. The rats' troops are attacking.
Grand. Yeah, I could make some more pseudo-ram parts if it'll improve the aesthetics, you think? My trouble is with these ones, they got peppered away at last time. Looks nice though, looks good for a wooden defense.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire.
Alright, bring it on. I'm a whole lot better prepared this time around. He says, getting shot at already from there. They got some pretty good range. However, they are coming for me there. They're trying to take down my my gatehouse.
The castle has held firm.
As if there was ever any doubt.
Gold is flowing into the treasury, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling.
Reduce
my
taxes,
liege.
reduce rations, it all balances out quite nicely. Can be good to have units on patrol, especially if they're knights, because they can direct archer fire pretty nicely and not get hit. Even better if they're archers themselves, because they're a high priority target for other archers.
We await orders. Weapons needed. My boy's yours.
There we go. What a difference this makes. One early bit of trouble can cost you dearly here. Not that I would ever do such a thing. What I don't particularly like about my setup here is that all these wheat farms are far too far away from the stockpile. If the stockpile were, say, here, it would be a lot more efficient. Then I'd have a couple mills and then all the bakeries here with a granary, something like there. But whilst that's probably possible in this map, I didn't do it. Wanted to have everything concentrated here. I remember the horse archers in Crusader Stronghold being a nuisance in my childhood. Horse archers in Stronghold 2 were overpowered as hell. The whole meta was just riding around with those with massive amounts of shields, and they were just untouchable. Repair up this gatehouse so it's at full strength. 200 is pathetic, but it's better than out. Expand the defenses to new islands. These guys should take care of all of this, no problem, so I'm not worried about that. I think the rat only has one push left in him. And as long as these guys can reach all of this, there's not much point in expanding defenses. That said, I'd like to fill this up with units. It looks a bit barren there.
We await orders. Yes? Moving off.
Even if they'll probably just die there.
We await orders. Archers, ready.
Was the weekly one-shot better or worse than the average punishment game? I mean, I don't tend to drop punishment games halfway into them. It was a pretty rough weekly one-shot.
We are on our way.
There we go, with an economy this strong, I got nought to worry about.
Worship you, sire. Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
Okay, these poor sods are just targets.
A message from the rat.
Frightened? The glorious forces of Depuce will brush you aside, as I would brush a fly from my arm.
I don't think so, Ratty. I think your streak of easy wins is over.
We await orders. We await orders. Leaving now.
Jinx, what even has a shot against this? There's a really cool map. It's not in the campaign, it's more of a free-form map, but you have a massive line of wooden towers with the wooden wall in front of them, lined, packed with archers, and you look at it and you think, wow, that's impenetrable. And then the wolf attacks, and it's very penetrable. And whilst the map looks good, there's no access to wood, and you cannot build any defensive structures. Also, that's going to be a lot of catapults. I'll get to work, lads.
We await orders. Yes? Moving off.
Here come the catapults. Let's look at it from their point of view. Ah, they cleaned a way in there, no problem. That's why these guys are here.
We have survived the enemy's onslaught.
So much easier when you just keep the bow production going.
A message from the rat.
Ah! My stupid troops won't, they didn't follow my foolproof plan.
We are victorious, sire.
Fortunately, you have survived the assault, and as luck would have it, taken control of another county. No sooner has the dust of battle settled than a dispatch arrives, summoning you back. You are certain the lords will be pleased with your progress.
You damned fool! What in God's name did you think you were doing?
Well, to be fair, it was I who gave the order to scout further.
Yes, but not even you would be stupid enough to authorize an all-out attack on Depus.
Meanwhile, the rat receives news of the loss of his county.
I can't believe it! My troops have scattered all over the place. There's nothing I can do. I've lost the county.
Show some backbone. My contingency plan is already in motion. You'll have your county back soon enough. Trust me.
Later, a dispatch arrives from the rat, stating your newly acquired county has been blockaded. As Woolsack reads the letter, you and Sir Longarm look on like a pair of naughty schoolchildren.
Depus is willing to consider a truce once we withdraw our troops from his county.
Ah, it's a trap! This youngster's father was killed the same way. We should use our momentum for another strike.
No, we don't have the manpower to sustain a full-scale war.
You are dismissed, leaving the lords to discuss the important details of your next mission. Finally, a red-faced Sir Longarm storms out of the room to give you your briefing.
Lord Woolsack, in all his wisdom, wishes you to arrange a truce, but I don't like it. I will lend you my finest mason, so you can prepare yourself for the worst.
Pitch a small camp in an open clearing, then await Duke de Puce's arrival. Do not bring arms to bear upon him for any reason. To secure our lands, these talks must succeed.
Duke de Puce wishes to meet us in this valley surrounded by It's a trap! Sir Longarm was right!
A trap! Our advance party was mown down like animals. Now, I will give you some new orders. Build a large fortification and prepare your troops for Duke de Puce's arrival. Use the masons I sent with you to quarry stone and build a strong and permanent castle here.
Place a keep to site your castle, my liege.
Alright, so who would have thought it was a trap all along? And I've got this fairly open area in which to build a new castle. How are we going to do this? We've got a stone keep this time and access to stone. That's all very good. I don't know the kind of food I have access to though. And it always bothers me that it doesn't show you that before you jump into this, because where you lay things is often heavily dependent on that. Still, I'll just wham you down right in the center, and we'll put the granary over here.
Not enough wood, my lord.
Put the granary here. And what do we have access to? It's pretty much everything. Wheat farming seems to be the obvious thing to do here. We'll have ourselves a nice sizable one of you. You are going to kill this bear, even though it hurts you quite a bit. And I need to get Woody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hard to get close enough to these. 8, 9.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire. Change
And we'll keep people super happy. And the wheat farms will activate. 1 and 2. And they'll be so much more efficient next to the stockpile. It's unreal. I have 8 bows, so I could get those going as and when I want, but I don't want to right now. So you'll take care of the bear to protect the woodcutters. The worst thing the bear could do is kill the woodcutters on their way back from getting wood, because then you lose the woodcutter, the wood, and all the time that they spent hacking it down.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire. We are losing. A bear is attacking our people. Stocks are dwindling, my liege.
There we go. So yeah, bears are very powerful. You can only really take down 2 of them with your lord. And then your lord is a sitting duck.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Quit your worrying. Might set up more so I can have a second food source here, but I also might not. What I need is wood aplenty. Wood and food aplenty. Ah, but I have wood for more hovels. So I'm going to stick those down straight away. The wood economy must thrive. That said, there's not a huge amount of wood at my disposal here. And I don't yet have access to the marketplace, which makes it really easy to buy and sell commodities. Well, makes it possible to, and that can really turbo start the economy. I swear it says in the game that the apothecary heals your lord, but I've never seen it happen. Also, the apothecary is some pretty late game stuff.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Good to make this last a long time. And I still just have access to bows. Alright, shouldn't be a problem. As soon as I get some wood going, everything gets better.
These rations are meagre. We want more.
Just wait till you get no food, sunshine. Alright, shouldn't be long until we start getting some actual wood flowing. Maybe just one of you over there isn't enough. I do have the capacity to build another one, so I shall. And that's it, that is wood all gone. Just mauling that tree together. Poor trees. The deforestation of Cornwall continues rather. Right, bit of extra wood. What's the next thing I want to build up? I don't yet have any wheat to turn into flour, but I think I'll call canny on the wood so I can turn it into the capacity of creating bread. I don't, however, have a lot of people for that, so let's smack down another hovel. Hell, smack down 2, and then be ready for it. Apothecary's healing the Lord is a Stronghold 2 thing, if I recall correctly, says Sidoin. Alright, I'll believe that.
Wood needed.
Come on, we practically have the wood. Alright, the wheat is arriving. I just need the wood to arrive now so that I can build up a mill. Alright, let's get going. Food production time. There's a certain distance you can keep a mill from the stockpile, not lose any efficiency. I don't know what it is, but it always feels right to me to have the mill at the back of the stone keep.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Just keeping people happy, keeping them in here. I'm satisfied with this for now, but I need more wood. Fortunately, these guys are about to bring off a whole load of wood for me. We're talking like 60 from those guys. And we got this stuff here too. Very good. There we go. They're milling that stuff and the...
Right. So, let me get this right. You pay us money?
Don't get too used to it. Right, let's start cooking the place up. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you initially should do. And I want to get the stone stuff going as well. Again, stone eats up workers quite a bit, 3 of them to man a quarry, but the graphics on what they do is really nice. Yeah, you can build a stairway up here and just pepper everything to death. I don't want... it's a bit cheap, I'd rather not do that. Maybe I'll show it off towards the end, because I'm certain we won't have too many problems here. Certain, he says. I should probably consider building up my barracks, if nothing else at this point. And of course the armory. And let's get going with some fletching.
Our treasury is emptying.
Bit of taxes and a bit of food now. Well, not just yet. We're alright on people for now. But I always want more. More of everything in this game. Greed is good, remember? The wood is coming in.
Wood needed.
Since I've built that, I can actually get my
We await orders.
archers going, but they need
We're
gold.
losing a little money, my liege. Archers, ready.
I feel like you have less elevation with the stone keep, but that's
money,
okay.
my liege.
We'll make do. But I need more people, more taxes, more food, more everything.
Stocks are growing, sire.
Extra rations.
Great. Now with this happening, I want an ox tether, so we can actually start bringing the stone towards the stockpile, because just that on its own is not enough.
We await orders.
I'm not under any
My boy's
delusion
yours.
that the starting bowmen will be enough. I need to get my Fletchers up and running, but I need more money. Sank all my money keeping everything nice and popular. But now that we have all this going, I can hopefully just get a lot more people in.
Our food stocks are dwindling.
With
my
some double
liege. We are
rations, keep
losing
taxing
a
them,
little money, my liege.
and keep feeding them bread. In real life, I'm not a big fan of bread, but in this game, oh yeah, that's where it's at. Alright, perfectly good so far.
Granary stocks are very low, sire. Our food
Perfectly
stocks are
good
dwindling,
so
my
far.
liege.
Oh, half rations.
No room for your complaints here. Cook my bread. Once it gets a bit of steam behind it though,
Orders needed, sire. My lord, we are on our way.
it's all good. Wood's coming, the stone isn't coming fast enough. And I do want a fair bit of it, so I'll get these guys working some more. Set up another ox tether for them. If you have workers, get them working.
The
That's
people
what I
hold
say.
you in great esteem, stocks are growing, sire.
How many farms per mill per bakery? I do not know, to be honest. I think it's 2 farms, 1 mill, 10 bakeries if everything is
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
is
Our
very
food stocks
efficient.
are dwindling, my liege.
But it's hard to say. Well, I find it hard to say. It's quite agreeable though thus far. I think I could do with more woodcutters out here, which is fine because it looks like I have the people for it. As long as there's no bear attacks happening. Oh yeah, the wood's piling on in, which is good. So we'll get ourselves another mill to have loads and loads of... And get out of the way. There we go. Loads and loads of flour to turn into bread. And of course loads of bakeries to do just that. I do want another Fletcher though. But that requires yet more wood that I just burned away on all these bakeries. And of course I need more population.
Growing, sire.
This is why early wood acquisition is so important to me. Now let's start having something that can resemble defense. I'm thinking a simple solution is often the best. That's what Aku said, and Aku knows a thing or two about fighting. There we go. Nobody's getting through that too easily.
Instructions.
Didn't actually give myself a lot of space there, but that's okay. The money's coming in, enough for me to want to build a second Fletcher. And now, the nice touch, I can build them along the walls. This is what I really wanted. Get that nice aesthetic going. I also want crenulation on this wall as soon as I can. It's a shame that building castles are so inefficient. You're supposed to just build one giant wall. Yeah, it would be nice if I was more incentivized to box this in. But boxing this in would severely reduce my ability to grow stuff. It wouldn't allow me to defend the buildings so well. It would end up costing me more in resources, so we are definitely incentivized not to do that.
People love you, my lord. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Alright, so far so not bad. Nothing really pressuring me to do anything different here, other than I need more wood for everything. Especially more fletching. It certainly costs a lot of wood to get those going. Holy, this game brings me back. I love the soundtrack, and as a kid, nowadays we just have music about horses and wings going to Vienna. Sure, whatever you say, Sliffer, but it is a great game. Well, we got the popularity. Kind of have the money, but wood is what we're short on. To the point where I am thinking about more woodcutters.
Can't place that there, my lord.
There you go. These guys out here are already doing God's work. And I can even throw another one down here. This force stuff ain't going nowhere. And more fletching, please. So we can have this awesome aesthetic.
What about a snack, my liege?
Yeah. Way before Anno, I assume, telling me to grab something to eat because I've been playing for too long.
We await orders needed, sire. We await orders.
As if there were such a thing. Crenulation would be nice. It's aesthetic. Doesn't really mesh with the gatehouses that well, I feel, though. Oh, that especially doesn't look very nice. Maybe I shouldn't have had it building out of the gatehouse, but it's not like I can freely move it around.
Yes? Leaving? No!
And I'm not sure if your troops are better on a gatehouse or behind crenulated walls. I think crenulated walls probably give better defense, right? I don't know. The game doesn't really explain this very much. But you can see arrows bouncing off of crenulated walls, so take what you can out of that. I need more money.
Our treasury is empty.
Best way to get more money, more people. Higher taxes are fairly inefficient. But if I have more people and have said people making bread for me, then I can be satisfied.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Still isn't super efficient. I should have stockpile, bakeries, granary. But it would make the initial bakeries less efficient going here, so yeah. Yeah, this remains the greatest Stronghold game ever made. Except no pay limitations. More stone, please. I want more aesthetics. God, that wood economy. Wood is so very important.
Gold stocks are too low,
Our
sire.
treasury is empty.
Well then, time for some mean taxes.
I can't pay that.
You can and you
Worship,
will.
sire.
We should have enough food coming in that we can make plenty of money to balance out the popularity. All I need now is sufficient defenses. Because I have a feeling that I'm long overdue an attack. Just a funny feeling. Could also certainly have more wheat farms going. Grab a couple
message
more.
From the rat.
Oh, about to retreat, are we? Well, it's no use groveling now.
Well, I'm a bit worried about that, so I'm going to turn off you guys.
Halted, my lord.
Immediately turn them into archers.
Wait orders. Weapons needed, sire. Work halted.
Get
my
this
lord.
going again.
Currently functioning, my boy is yours.
And get you guys on the walls. I would also quite like it, aesthetically of course, to have a ladder coming down like that. Not a ladder, a stairwell. Jake, what about Crusader? I just couldn't get into Stronghold Crusader. The setting puts me off quite a lot. He's about to attack still. I should get every last unit that I can. And the guys that are arriving are still getting other jobs.
The rat's troops are attacking.
You're being put on snooze, and
We await orders. Needed, sire. This building is currently functioning, my lord. We are on
where
our
are they?
way.
Ooh.
Instructions.
I don't have the biggest army known to man here.
Leaving now.
Oh crumbs.
Moving off.
Don't get on the stairways, you fool.
It's very late, sire. Aren't you tired?
A little bit, but Stronghold keeps me going.
Can't place that there, my lord.
Alright, this shouldn't hurt me too much, but they do have catapults and laddermen. Hopefully we can slaughter these guys fast enough.
Orders. Needed, sire. Yes.
Jeez, they're hurting me more than I expected. Uh-oh, up they come. Just like that. Okay, that's fortunate.
Archers, ready. My boy is yours. We await orders. Needed, sire. Me lord. We are on our way.
Are they sneaking in somewhere or something? Where are they? Ah, the yes, the catapults. They don't really know what to do with themselves, but that's okay. And I got so much food that the obvious thing to do is to have more people. And let's have them hunt for a laugh.
Our cow are struck down by a strange malady, my lord.
Jeez, I just put this down here. I think they're confused what to do here because I mowed down their everything so quickly.
Recruits needed, sire.
What the hell are you doing, guys?
Instructions. Take steady aim. We await orders.
Okay, stop doing that. If he's not doing any harm to anybody, then let's just chill out a bit. Oh, is that my archer fighting?
Our Bessie is acting a little strange.
Outlying
What a
villages
champion.
have seen a band of the rats' troops heading this way. We await orders. Weapons needed, yes? Leaving now. Archers ready. My bow is yours. Me lord.
What have you guys got? Oh well, now they're making their way out. They're about to die.
Enemy are vanquished.
Easy peasy. Well, I'm even more popular because they're eating different food types now, so I can actually reduce the rations that they get.
Extra rations.
I don't think it's going to do too well for the whole meat thing, but we'll see. The extra bonus to their happiness is always welcome, because I can tax happiness.
The rats' troops are attacking. We await orders. Weapons needed, sire. Instructions. Moving off.
Alright, looks like they're all just attacking from there. What I could do is show this thing off. I don't want to use it, but I could show it nonetheless. What you can do is... I think I chose the wrong point for that. Either that or the enemy troops are too close. But if you build a wall right here, along one of these, you can actually march your way up it. Which is most certainly not intended.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire. We await orders.
Poor guys, just lambs to the slaughter. Mum used to say she always felt for the ladder men. No defences, no offences. They just run towards the walls in a hail of arrows. Can't be good for anyone.
Yes. Arrows ready.
Is anyone gonna hit you? Yeah, not really.
Archers ready.
Don't accidentally hit disband. I've done that in games before. Then it's goodbye your army. Goodness, I do like all this money. There we go, as soon as they peek their nose out, the hail of arrows.
Outlying fortifying villagers have seen a band of the rats' troops heading this way.
I mean, what am I meant to do in this situation? Poke out a bit so I can actually attack them properly? Might even work, actually. Once this is done, I'll try and do that so these fights don't last so long and stupidly.
Orders! Weapons needed, sire. My bow is yours. The rats' troops are attacking.
Or he'll just keep attacking. Great music for the situation, though.
We are on our way. We await orders. Needed, sire. Instructions.
And it gets even more dramatic when there are bigger, badder enemies. My woodsmen are going out to maul them now.
The granary is full, my lord. A little strange, Lord. So are most of the other cats.
Yeah, my units aren't really taking much damage from their peppering attacks.
Orders. Weapons needed,
Not
sire.
worried.
We await orders.
Ah, clever bugger. They've set up their catapults in a good location. I'm gonna sortate.
Moving off. A message from the rat.
Aha! I, the mighty Depuce, your nemesis, will soon triumph over your so-called army.
We'll see about that one.
Report a large force of the rat's men are marching towards us.
Point blank, lads. Everyone knows that's when an arrow's at its strongest.
Arrows! Finding targets.
You know, is there a reason that I can't take to these hills and slaughter them like they slaughtered me?
Me lord.
I'm struggling to think of a reason.
Instructions. We await weapons needed, sire. We await orders. We are on our way. The rats' troops.
Oh, jeez. And here I was wanting to elongate this a bit. To actually have another place to fight from.
Yes. Moving.
There you go. But much as I'm sure you would like some crenulations. Oh, we can get you crenulations. Nice.
We await orders needed, sire. Archers, my bow is yours. Me lord, we are on our way. Instructions. Leaving now. We await orders. Moving off.
Now I should have better range on them and all. Of course they'll have better range on me. Ouch. What a grim existence. There's a particularly nasty squelching sound when a rock meets a person in this game. Some might call it off-putting.
Yes, we are on our way.
Open the doors, spare them nothing. And once you're in position,
Archers,
jump out and kill them all.
the enemy's onslaught.
They didn't.
My boy's yours.
And that is that. A few rough edges around the economy here, but
Oh, bother it, and oh, I lost again.
oh, I never did talk about how we can get up here, did I? But I can't build anymore. Basically, you put a stone wall in just the right point there, and you can do a massive staircase up to it.
It's happened again. It's unbelievable. I'm running out of counties, and they'll be coming for me next. I'm doomed.
I think I will ride back now for reinforcements.
Oh, right back. Wouldn't it be easier to send a message?
Really, there's no need to worry. I'll be back before you know it. So long, my trusted friend. So long. I have a tale from days long gone of the scrawny rat who told a lie. The rebels saw his plans undone, and arrows rained down from on high. Run, run was his soldier's wail, as death from above continued to hail. For the rat, the end is nigh. On his knees for mercy we'll hear him cry.
As bards throughout the land do their level best to undermine the rat's authority, and with Lord Woolsack's judgment questioned, Sir Longarm takes the lead. You soon receive word that the nervous Lord Mannequin has dared to take up arms against the enemy alongside you.
Puss, you need to take care of Lord Mannequin. If just one lord arises, they will all rise.
Well, I have to reclaim my counties first, and I still haven't got enough troops, so I was waiting for reinforcements from.
Enough! The east is to Lord Mannequin's county, or I'll string you up.
Ah!
In return for your service, I hereby promote you to commander of all rebel troops. You have earned nothing less. Your first urgent task will be to lend aid to Lord Mannequin until the siege on his keep has been lifted. Lord Mannequin is under siege, and it is vital to our cause that his county does not fall. Land by boat with a company of spearmen and command his garrison to victory. Success here may well spark uprisings from some of the other counties.
now this mission slaughtered childhood Jake many a time.
Get the men to the walls.
So let's do this properly. First off, yes, our men need to be on the walls.
You can count on us.
Get your asses
We're leaving
over
now.
there. These guys are just going to die if left there, so you also retreat.
No!
I need extra wood, so I'm going to delete that. Oh, that didn't hurt you. Good. And let's face it, this thing's just going to be destroyed, but it's too close to the enemy. Away you go, away you go. Away all of this crap goes. I need the wood. Popularity is not great, but the... I do need money. I need everything.
We await orders. Needed, sire. Our treasury is empty.
Alright, screw it. I want popularity to be maxed out as soon as possible. And with that wood, let's get those Fletchers going. I'm not sure I want to have them on the wall. That's very breakable. I know, and it's a silly thing to do. Have them between here and there. Alright.
Instructions.
Get your asses up there. Oh, man. I mean, look at the size of that. How could you think anything other than, oh dear. Get to those ramparts, everyone. What else can be done here? I'm going to want more stone, and that means I want more you, and I want more population as well. So let us hovel up. I don't think there's a way up here, is there? Oh, there might be. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Does not look like it. So, hovel, hovel, hovel. 3 woodcutters there seems okay. Anywhere else to chop wood? Not really. Unless I want them out here. So wood is going to be at a bit of a premium. Fine. Oh god, they are really on their way. Andy's brought a... Gosh darn it, he has brought a... whatchamacallem. Yeah, one of those.
What'll it be?
I want you folks over here.
Tell us what to do.
I want you folks over here.
Yes, my lordship.
You folks over here.
We're leaving now.
Don't
Off we
let
go.
those ladders do what they want to
Yes,
do.
my lordship. We're leaving now. You can count on us. That'll be a little tricky.
Orders.
Alright, do your level best. Whilst I still try to get the city working the way I want it to. We're going to need more food however you cut it, so let's grow wheat on sand as you do. Alright, that'll have to do then. What an ill-placed baker, but not a lot I can do there. Oh jeez, they are on their way up, aren't they? And you've just been separated from there.
Ladders away! Always ready. Push them off.
Yes.
What'll it be? Off he goes.
You guys are stuck there now, unfortunately. Right, let's hope they don't get up here.
Away.
Get them off, get them off!
Off he Tell goes. Us what to do.
Uh-oh, they're about up here. That's bad news for me.
Ladders away!
Whew.
Push them off.
Love the way they say push them off.
We await orders needed, sire.
Off he goes.
Ready. Moving off.
Ladders away!
Good so far. Now just kill the rest of these folks and we have something to work with. Except, you know,
Stocks are dwindling. Our treasury is empty.
I've been wasting my money for a wee while because I wasn't paying attention to all that everything.
Our treasury is empty. The people love you, my lord. Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
That'll do for now. Right, we held out. There's no way these other guys are going to make their way through, although they are trying.
The enemy has breached the walls.
Actually, that is a little concerning, but the Lord should be able to handle this one. As well as the couple others that might try to make it through. There we go, no problem. And since there are no other units for me to worry about, it's time for a sortie.
Piece of cake.
Kill them. And we shall repair our wall as best we can. And next up is some sweet ass crenulation. That'll do for now. We'll get more stone as soon as we can, which should be now, frankly. I need 2 more ox tethers for this alone, it's so far away.
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
Wait, whoa, 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 I don't recall these guys existing.
Where are we going?
Alright, just ignore them and take down that.
Enemy are vanquished.
Oh, well, that was easier.
Off we go. Always ready.
Good, I was able to keep most of you alive.
What'll it be?
Get on the walls.
My boy's yours.
You take front and center. I don't have any stone towers, unfortunately, but we'll make do. Whew.
We are almost out of food, sire. Our food stocks
I know,
are
I
dwindling,
know.
my liege.
I need a lot more food. For that I need wood, which I don't really have right now.
Can't place that there, my lord.
Wood needed.
I know.
Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
Well. Alright, wood you say. Well, a lot of this isn't doing me any good right now, and it's better poured into the economy. I'll keep the wide walls though, that can help out still. But yeah, bread is needed. Feed my people. And it's my only option for food as well, which sucks since these guys are so far away that they don't really do a lot for me.
Tell us what to do. You can count on us.
There we go. As long as I have them spread out between here and there, they should be able to annihilate any laddermen. So that'll do. I brought in too many people and I didn't have the wood to support them, which is unfortunate.
We are almost out of food, sire.
I know, I know.
Our food stocks are dwindling. Our gold stocks grow steadily.
I guess taxes are off for a bit because people are going to be real mad real soon.
My liege.
What with the no food situation.
Wood stocks are too low, sire.
Your popularity
We
is
await orders.
needed,
Well,
sire. Me lord,
I'll hire you.
We are on our way.
Then I don't have to feed you.
Wood needed.
Alright, wood's on its way. And food is on its way. Great. The ultimate combination.
Not enough wood, my lord.
That should do for food for these people for a little bit.
no change in the treasury stocks are growing, sire. No change.
But I
in the
still need
treasury,
that
lord.
money off of them, because I need to get a lot more by way of fletching done.
Very low, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
They're going to be so unhappy when I'm out of food. Well, that being how it is, how about we can the rations for a little bit, let
No food?
let the number of people go down a bit, because I do have a bit too many people right now. And then I have a bunch of people we can just throw away.
Oh, my lord, surely a mistake. No rations? Oh, my lord, surely a mistake.
No mistake here, hombre. Alright, now I'm really unpopular and people are going away from the castle. I don't want that to add up too much, so let's get a bit of food in and start feeding our people again.
People are leaving the castle.
All according to plan. But the severe lack of wood is still a problem. Alright, this is pretty acceptable right now. Except for, you know...
People are unsure of you, sire.
That's alright. We can have people disappear for a little bit. My popularity will grow a little
Our
bit over
food
time.
stocks are dwindling,
And
my
it means
liege.
fewer people eating my food. It's the Terminator saying, ooh, one of my favorite games. Awesome. Yeah, it is a pretty awesome game. Alright, I haven't lost too many people, and people should now be coming to the castle. And we have enough stone for maximum crenulation. I really feel stuck for wood.
Not enough wood, my lord.
Don't even have
People
wood
are
to
coming
solve
to
my
the
wood
castle.
problem.
Our gold stocks
food
grow
stocks are
steadily,
dwindling.
sire, my liege.
Alright, we will survive.
Instructions?
This is a poor defense force, though.
We await orders. Needed, sire. We await orders. Leaving now.
They can't even make bows because there's no wood with which to make them. But here we go. The next wave of woodcutters are arriving with their lumber. Great. And then we can get bows once again. I'll try not to gobble it all up too fast. I wouldn't mind a second layer of crenulation, all things considered, but I'm not sure if we can still get rid of the ladders with that. Hard to say. What if I had another layer of wall like this? Nah, very expensive on the stone. Oh well, we'll make do with what we have here then. If they get through, they get through. And I just feel scuppered. Food situation's barely holding, but barely is okay. It's the wood situation I'm more concerned with. If I got more wood, I could deal more food. Wood is the source of pretty much everything in this game. And we're still early days in this level. If I had a lot of woodcutters down here, there are 10 of them. Off they trot. If you're gonna be hanging around here, at least
We await orders. Needed, sire. Yes.
generate something for me.
Off.
No access to fire yet. That comes fairly late in the game. Actually, a lot of the cool mechanics are you have to wait quite a bit of time for them, which is kind of unfortunate.
Morning, your lordship.
People are relatively happy.
Again? How did you get in here without me knowing? No matter. I'll send some of my troops to dispatch you.
We are on our way. Instructions?
25 archers is not a whole lot, but it should be enough to hold off.
Where are we going? Always ready. What'll it be?
As long as my spearmen can take care of any ladders that approach, that should be the bulk of my problems dealt with.
We await orders. We await orders.
And good, I actually have a bit of wood right now. So I could, would, and should have a bit more in the way of bakery. That'll do. Tell me that we'll get to hear the diggers tonight, says Sid. Diggers are really late in the game, so almost certainly not.
The rats' troops are attacking.
Ooh, air.
Recruits needed, sire.
Am I concerned? Only a little. Nothing we can't handle. Whew. Oh god, there's the siege equipment and I don't have a sortie for it. If you have knights, it's really good for hammering these things down. There, their archers would have peppered me to death on that.
We await orders. Needed, sire. Yes? Even? No!
This fills me with sizable concern. Fortunately though, he's busy killing his own men with his rocks. And those ladder men are
Push them off!
having their ladders broken real fast, and I think they just stand there and die.
Off he goes!
Shame for them, but not for me.
Ladders away!
No, catapults have unlimited shots. Trebuchets have 20 shots.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Off he goes!
Oh man, the first wave of these guys, and they're already dying. And they have no way to come in. Let's just open this up so they actually have a way to... Oh man, I invested so much in these guys and now they're just... no wood for me, I guess. Gutted.
Ladders away! Push them off!
Oh well, don't win them all.
We await orders. Needed, sire. Archers, ready!
Rest in peace, that one woodcutter who got splooshed by a catapult stone right there, says Kartoffelplots. Yeah, I thought I could make some good wood off of them, but in the end they all just got crushed. Well, it sucks to be them. My wall, however, doesn't look that great, but it is holding. We got 3 archers just chilling out in the swamp. Good for them.
My bow is yours.
I think I lost about 7 archers and not that many spearmen, so we're good. Nout to worry about.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
Sorting out the food situation's a big plus here, that much is for sure. The wood situation's still not perfect, but at least we're gaining bows here.
The castle has held firm.
That's right, get out of here.
Instructions. We await orders.
Let's rearrange our army while we can. And then feel sizably worried about the situation here. First off, the wall... Actually, there was just a little bit of it that got a bit ravaged there. Otherwise, recrenulate.
Tell us what to do.
What's your problem? Oh, he's just stuck there. Happens every now and then. Units just get stuck. It happens. Get it all repaired up, and you know what? This ain't half bad. Bit concerned about how much they're focusing here, though. I'm gonna double crenulate there, even though it looks hideous.
Yes. Archers, ready. We await
Weapons
orders.
needed, sire.
My bow is yours.
And let's keep those bows turning.
Can't place that there, my lord. We await
Weapons
orders.
needed, sire.
Whew. Alright, speed it up a bit. Lord Munchkin's
You
castle.
can count on us.
Man, this
Yes,
really,
my lordship. Where are we going?
this really tore me apart as a kid.
Always ready.
So I'd like to beat it in the painted one-shot technique.
Moving off.
Lona's around saying it's good to finally catch a stream. It's good to be streaming, as it usually is. Next attack's gonna be the big one.
Instructions. We are on our way.
I don't particularly have a massive amount to deal with that. However, what I can do is build a wall here, and here, and here, and here, and here, in the interest of eating up their catapult shots. I don't know if that'll give their people more cover than I would like them to. However, it will protect me from those catapults, and perhaps keep their units more hurt. Dunno. Might work against me, might not.
We await orders. We await orders.
Jake, what is your favorite unit? Ooh, good question. I really like pikemen. And I really like engineers. Just in terms of what I like, not in terms of what's best for playing with. In terms of playing with, I'd say the macemen, they're incredibly versatile. They dig moats, they're fast, they're super aggressive, and they have decent amounts of armor. Jake, I just caught up on the Rebuilding Iberia campaign. I'm surprised to see you streaming when I can watch, because I'm from the West Coast USA. Well, welcome, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire. A message from the rat.
Oh, yes! I bet now you're worried. My Imperial troops will soon be upon you.
I won't lie, I'm a little worried. But such is what happens when you play very hard mode. I'll take what comes.
What'll it be?
Come what may, as they say.
Tell us what to do. We're leaving now.
I don't like this part being so crunched up. Let's give it a bit more walling. I'm also going to have another stairway here and here, because something about the lack of accessibility here has been bothering me in the previous encounters.
We await orders.
Needed, sire.
Archers, ready. The rat's troops are attacking.
Well, this is a big one.
No flower, my lord.
We've got to hold out against the... There are a lot of them, sire. Well,
We await
Weapons
orders.
needed, sire.
My bow is yours.
squeeze out everything we can. And here's a thought. How about we send our own army of woodcutters, right? Sacrificial
Can't
lambs.
place that there, my lord. Can't place that there, my lord.
They have axes, right? Surely they'll go and fight for me.
We're doomed.
I agree. Off you trot, you buggers.
Recruits needed, sire.
Oh, right, I sent off all my recruits to go and chop wood. Well, more is more. Money won't help me anymore.
Stocks grow steadily, sire.
Let's bribe our people now. Oh, here they come.
We await
Recruits
orders.
needed, sire.
Leaving now!
Oh, there we go. These walls are eating up some of their initial attacks with rocks, but some of them are going over as well. I also worry that I am giving them a bit too much cover with the walls that I built, but it's going to force them to have to walk a bit extra on their way here, and that gives me plenty of time to crush these ladders. I wonder if other units can destroy ladders. I don't know if mace men can or not.
Push them off!
We await
Weapons
orders.
needed, sire.
Instructions.
Get your ass up there and defend. That is the only instruction we need. Okay. Well, the axemen didn't survive very long, and it doesn't look like they did any damage. Still, though, this is it. Do or die full metal cars. Double crenulation's already paying off here.
We await orders.
Looks like you're not doing much. Could you please, you know, attack a bit?
Moving off.
Off he goes! You can count on us.
Man, keeping my spearmen alive long enough is working wonders on killing off the ladder men. Great. Sid says, the ladder men look so lost when their ladder gets broken. Jake's mum is right. You have to feel for them. Alright. Munchkin's castle, I think, is nicely defended, not to mention better optimized.
We await orders.
Weapons needed, sire.
Archers ready.
These walls took one hell of a beating, but it's a beating my main wall didn't have to take, which is just grand.
My boy's yours.
Also,
We are on
the
our
hell do
way.
you think you're doing?
We have survived the enemy's onslaught.
Beautiful.
Me lord.
Wow, I still kept 16
Off we go!
of my spearmen alive. I don't know how many I started with, but that's good.
Leaving now.
I did very good there.
We await orders.
Whew. I tell you, balancing the economy to get this going on this map,
Message
not
from the
easy.
rat.
Not again!
There's so many things that are wrong with this map, okay? Very little access to wood.
You have
Your
been
stone
right through.
is a mile away from the stockpile. So is your wheat farms. You start with, what, one bakery? One Fletcher? And you have so little population that you can barely tax them, but you also can barely feed them as well. Just a rough map. And we did it in the patented one-shot technique. Granted, Munchkin probably doesn't like the status of his castle. Only 16% troops lost. As attrition goes, that's pretty good.
I must say that I am imperially impressed with your military achievements. I have often toyed with the idea of taking on that pathetic little rat myself, and I feel certain we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
An urgent dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Congratulations are in order for the way you handled that last mission. But we are about to face our greatest challenge yet. Leave immediately for the borders of our homelands, bringing with you a select band of your best men. All will be explained upon your arrival.
You ride your horses until they're near exhaustion, and finally meet with Sir Longarm's messenger, who hands you your briefing.
Spies report that the rat is due to launch a do-or-die attack on our lands, and you must intercept and delay his forces. There is no time to raise an army, but Duke Beauregard will send a large force to help us in return for a shipment of ale. Once the Rat siege force is defeated, Beauregard has agreed to let us take the Rat's neighbouring county without resistance. Grow hops and brew ale to send to the Snake, but be warned. It will be hard to keep your people in line whilst meeting the terms of the deal. Use any means at your disposal, even cruelty if necessary. The Rat's force must be defeated here.
Cite your granary, sire.
Alright, we finally have access to nasty things on this map, and I like nasty things. How's this one going to play out though? The keep is already established for us. I don't know what kind of food we can make, but I'm certain we can have bread, right? So let's establish the granary over here. Food is just bread. That's a little painful. Right, and it's a wooden keep as well. That's a load of arson chips. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you to deal with that. 5 and a 6, 7, 8 and a 9 and a 10. And hovel o'clock is every o'clock. Just throw them out of sight, out of mind. I have lots of wood here, so let's just get that going ASAP. Wheat farms are going to be necessary, however, I need to keep them defended too. They're probably going to be broken down by the Rat's constant assaults here. Still, I'll get 3 of them whammed down there. That should do me for now. Ooh, marketplace is available.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire. No change in the treasury, lord.
Marketplace is expensive, but it should give me access to pretty much everything I could need for this map. I wonder if I can buy and sell weapons. That'll be a concern for later, though.
We await orders.
Get your arses up there. If I recall from 3, I actually liked the way they handled popularity compared to this. This one has a lot of little micro involved, and 2 is even worse. If you just timed things right, you would actually have like a timer going to calculate the right moment, to have the right settings to maximize your popularity, and it wasn't prestige, but something similar to prestige.
Stocks are growing, sire.
Normal rations.
No change in the treasury, lord.
Honor, that was it. Cheng's Stronghold 2 was busted in so many ways. Alright, let's just erect this nice and early, see what we can get access to. Well, I could sell bread for a sharp increase of money, which I could invest in wood to get my everything economy going faster. I like my everything economy. Let's just throw those down. We have plenty of woodcutters, but could we have even more? I like the idea of having even more. And I want my food rolling in.
A message from the Rat.
You fool! You will soon pay for meddling in the affairs of your superiors.
I don't know when he'll attack, but I hope it's not really soon, because I don't want these things broken down. That would feel quite cruel, considering I just invested a load of my money and stuff into it. I need hops, but there's no hurry on that, not when I can slaughter everything he throws at me, surely.
The people love you, my lord.
Yeah, but they could love me a bit more.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Normal rations.
I forget if Honor was in 3, but 3 was just awful in many ways. Pretty much an unfinished game. There we go, sizable enough stock. Well, let's make it even bigger. Let's have ambitions. Alright. Not a lot I can do until I get more people in here. They're just filling up the jobs. And then what'll I have them do? Oh yeah, can I buy and sell weapons? Oh ho ho, I don't even think I want to establish any Fletchers. Not when I can just have more food going. The lines of bakeries around here.
Our food stocks, the rats' troops.
What,
are attacking.
already? Good God, he does not play around, does he?
Yes? Archers, ready!
Go and defend all this as quickly as you can, please.
My boy's yours. Me lord? Instructions?
Yeah, we don't get a lot of you.
Orders.
Get up there on the double. Alright, I got people kicking about without much in the way of jobs to do. What can I have them do? Yeah, I agree. A bit of stone will go a long way here. There are more of them than me. That's rough. Let's try and assume the high ground and see if it works for us. Plop up my armory like there, I guess.
The people worship you,
Our
sire.
treasury is emptying.
A fair tax system all round.
So you would
Our
say.
food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
I already sold off a whole bunch of my food to turbo start my economy. Hopefully these guys don't come in and ruin my day. But what they will likely do is shoot my my farmers to death.
Yes?
Oh, we got a bit of range on them. No, my farmer.
Archers, ready! My boy's yours. Me lord?
Yes, my lordship. Always ready.
Better protect the Lord there. He's gonna get mobbed by spearmen.
Tell us what to do.
The lord is under attack.
Give them what's for, Lordy. I'll be damned, that is a rough way to start a map.
Instructions?
Okay, I need my people to get back to work. They slaughtered a lot of my population and goodbye a lot of my food because of that.
No change in the treasury, lord.
Still, it will come, so let's get the mill up and running, the first one at least, and begin with the bakeries. Just 2 for now. Now the rat attacks do not end on this map. He will attack you forever. Until of course you give the snake his snake oil. Oh god, I'm out of food. That's not good. I don't really want to buy food though. Oh, I have access to cheese, Grommet. Could keep my people functioning just a bit better with a bit of cheese and a bit of ham.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
3 types of food eaten, that pretty much offsets the miserable rations I give them. I remember this map being one of the easiest, says 7 Polar. Yeah, that initial attack caught me unawares, but I also recall it being rather easy. Also, I got a lot of plebs sitting around doing nothing. I should give them more jobs. More stone, I would dare say, is already needed. The need for stone is dire, and we have plenty of wood. So get to work on that, please, guys. Can have them here as well. Great. But I need that bread, and I need that bread flowing. Nice to see that the stone is flowing, but what should I do about that? I'm thinking defenses. There's no route up there, so it's kind of safe there. Everybody's eating all the food. The bakers barely have enough to cook with here. And I'm population capped already, even though it's going to hurt the food in the short run. Let's build all these hovels for people to live in.
Can't place that there, my lord.
4 will do, because we certainly have the wood right now. Well, 4 now at least. Could always do with more though. And with this setup, I think we can enact the big baker. There we go. Now carry on.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Food's almost gone, chaps. And then they're going to be rather unhappy with me.
Lord.
So we need the bakers working.
This building has no labor, sire.
Stone needed.
I'm working on it. Alright, as long as I don't eat any attacks for a wee while, this should be perfectly palatable. But God, do I need that bread, because people are unhappy at lack of food.
These rations are meager. We want more.
The granary is empty, sire.
Alright, the bread should take care of this once we just get it in here. So carry on, guys. Working on it nicely. The next big shipment of bread should help us out in a big way. And I also would really like to get my wooden barracks up and operational. Nice to have it adjacent to the armory, but gah,
Granary
kids.
stocks are very low, sire.
There we go. There we go. Finally have a bit of stuff there. Double rations just to keep people happier with me.
Rations, great.
But I would really like to sell up my bread soon and buy up some weapons with that. But for that, we of course need
I've had a
more
change
bread.
of heart. Due to the recent increase in army wages, I will need you to supply me with more ale. Still a fair trade, don't you think?
He's not wrong. It's an alright trade, but he's not getting that ale anytime soon. I need the bread operational. Then I can shore up my defenses with archers, and then we can sort out everything else. I think that's okay, but it's probably not, yeah, it's not all the way around. I need you down here as well. Ugly. Very ugly. I don't like it, but it'll have to do for now.
No change in the Treasury Lord.
Second mill is looking like a necessity, so let's get that going.
Is rising.
Plus it'll keep my my unworthy plebs working.
We are almost out of food. Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
There we go, just keep the people coming in. We're not quite at the population cap yet. At least the population cap we have 4 now. But damn, I need some food to sell so I can actually get my weapons. I need those weapons before the rat attacks again, or else I'm scuppered.
The people love you, my lord.
And why wouldn't
Granary
they?
is empty, sire.
Oh yeah, that's a good reason. Nay food can. On comes that food, but we need a whole bunch of
Our
it.
food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
There we go. Now 40 food, 40 bread at least, sells for not too shabby money. 5 buys me 20, so 1 bread is worth 4.
A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle.
Oh, bollocks. Well now, we have a few people working here, right? Goodbye most of my food. Hello, a few weapons.
We await orders. Weapons needed, sire. We await orders.
Save me.
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
What bad game is Jake washing out the taste of? That was Beware of Trains. What an awful game. I did not enjoy it at all. And I'm glad it's behind me.
Our treasury is emptying. We are almost out of food, sire.
Come on, bakers, show me the money so I can shore up my defenses. By the way, I hope we have some actual defense here.
The rats' troops are attacking.
Uh-oh. What are we looking at here? Pretty small, but I'd rather be able to defend against it.
We await orders. Yes? Moving off.
The bread is mightier than the sword. Well, you're not wrong there. Bread economy can help you out in this game so much. There's all the aggress already. Oh, cool. There goes all that stuff. Oh, he killed my ox.
Almost out of food,
How
sire.
dare he kill my ox?
Archers, ready.
Oh crumbs, they can just walk up this, can't they? It's not fully enclosed. Uh-oh. That doesn't look like it can be scaled, but it can. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Kill them. Kill them now.
Enemy army vanquished.
Well, let's keep that in mind and throw down a gatehouse wherever possible here, or just wall the whole lot in, force people to take the longer routes. Yikes. Still, we made it. We survive.
No change in the treasury, Lord.
Start
Our
taxing
ground
people,
stocks
give them
are
extra
growing, sire.
food for their troubles. Because I want a whole lot of money where I'm going. Alright, this should stabilize us enough. As long as there's bread to sell. And there's an army I can raise.
We await orders.
Weapons needed, sire.
My bow is yours. We are on our way.
More stone though, please, even though I know some of you guys just got ravaged. Did Jake just buy bows? That is such a waste of money, says 7 Polar. Really? I see it as quite the opposite. This way I don't have to rely on Fletchers. And I can sell stuff to get that. Especially bread. So I feed my people, have a high population, tax them to hell and back. And the delicious cycle carries on. Oh wow, you're right in the way, Oxman. Is it worth having a few Fletchers as well, though, Jake? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. But that's not how I'm going to do this one. We're going to go full bread economy.
Gold is flowing into the treasury, sire.
Wouldn't have it
Our
any other
ground
way.
stocks are growing, sire. We await orders. Me lord? Leaving now.
I could actually advance the wall if I had the stone. And I have a bit of stone. This will allow me to protect my everything here a bit better. I don't know if there's a way around all that. Yeah, I suppose I could go up and around here, so I'll keep that in mind too.
Instructions.
Relocate, defend the bread. The bread is worth more than your
Await
lives.
orders. Yes, we are on our way. Archers, ready. Outlying villages have seen a band of the rats' troops heading this way.
Oh well. We know what that calls for. Selling off bread. Buying up bows. And then erecting an army.
Orders. Recruits needed, sire. My bow is yours. That's quite a run, me lord.
Bit worried about this. I didn't shore it up, but there you go. The rest can be made up with wood. The poverty defense.
Stone needed.
Nicely done.
We await orders.
Recruits needed, sire.
Instructions. That's quite a run.
Seven Polar says there's a bit of food for the person working and 1 wood per bow. Well, it's 2 wood per bow, and that's about all I got in response. Well, that's quite a bit better, and it doesn't put all my workers at risk. I think everybody's happier with this solution.
Yes? The castle has held firm.
Nice.
A message from the rat.
The world has gone crazy. I should have destroyed you.
I'm afraid you didn't, ratty boy. Not by a long shot. Really don't have a lot of place to put down farms here, do you? Still don't. The economy goes well in terms of food. I probably have too many bakers at this rate. But I have an idea, and that idea is called Be Really Nasty. We're going to sell off a lot of this stuff.
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
Yeah, I know. Then we're going to erect some bad things. We're going to have a load of gallows along here. And I want my own cesspit. And I want some stocks. And a burning stake. And my very own
Can't place
dungeon.
that there, my lord.
And a stretching rack. And a guillotine. And a gibbet.
Your popularity
Next to all the
is
stocks, of
falling.
course. And now,
People are frightened of you, my lord.
yeah, they're not too happy with me.
Gold needed.
These things are very expensive to make. However, we have that money coming in from all of this bread I'm selling off, because eating is overrated. There we go.
The people are very scared of you, my liege.
10 more and we'll be at max level, but that costs a fair chunk of dosh. The woodcutters surrounded by all these horrible things. Sucks to be them. You know, I can make a bit of money by selling off all this wood. I don't have particularly many uses for it. Early game, wood's super useful, but if you have lots of it in the late game, then 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You are truly the cruelest tyrant in the kingdom.
Now everybody's 100%, 150% efficient. That is great news for me. However, my popularity is going way down, so I'm going to double ration to make up for it.
Sentiment is warm towards you, my liege.
And we're good. A bit of tax, some fear, lots of food.
Something wrong with our hops, my lord.
No, we don't have any hops, I've told you.
Something wrong with our hops, my lord.
Now people will deliver 50% more goods. So 50% more wheat and 50% more flour. It's going to change the bread economy here. To my immense benefit.
Double rations. Fantastic. I have 4 extra today, my lord.
Imagine that, every baker bringing in 4 extra.
Our granary stocks are growing.
So the granary, look at it, it's overloading now. It's almost a problem. So I'm going to expand the old granary. Ooh, right, there's too much wood around here. Chop it down, woodcutters, it's getting in my way. Meanwhile, there are woodcutters here that are surplus
My counties have been
to
hit
requirement.
hard by the storms this season. I am afraid I will need even more ale to raise money for the troops.
I understand. You are my friend and ally after all.
We await orders. Recruits needed, sire.
I think I'm overdoing it on the stone these days. Look at it piling high like that. But I don't need to worry about it just yet.
We await orders. Archers, ready. That's quite a run. My bow is yours. Leaving now.
So yeah, this is why I'm a big fan of the bread economy. Get the bread flowing, build up nasty things, and you get 100% efficiency on it. You drown in bread, you sell it, and you buy the weapons that you need.
We await orders. Recruits needed, sire.
And then you offset the badness by stuffing people's fat faces.
Moving off.
And it's good to tax
We're
as well, I
losing
think,
A little money, my liege.
because that comes in without you even thinking. Like I asked when Jake burned all those bakers and laughed in glee, are we sure the wolf is the evil guy?
Has just taken one of the neutral counties.
How do wonder. Bring in the dosh. Yeah, now we're making the super dosh.
We are almost out of food.
We're also having almost too much grain here, so I can erect a third mill, and that means we're going to need even more bakeries. But that is a good thing.
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
Wow, I can't believe I messed that up twice. Okay, I need to free up some workers here. Much as I appreciate your work, away you go. And I don't like your position anyway.
Outlying villagers have seen a band of the Rats' troops heading this way.
Let's not get too cocky here, though. That's still a problem.
We await orders. Recruits needed, sire.
Especially when I don't have recruits for it. Although I should probably start on hop production. Get the level actually dealt with.
Can't place that there, my lord.
The hop production will also be 150%, which is rather nice.
We await orders. Needed, sire. Work halted, my lord. We are losing a little money, my liege. We await orders. Recruits needed, sire. Instructions. We await orders. The Rats' troops are attacking. We are on our way.
Well, this is just horribly cruel of me, but down they go. Lovely.
Work halted, this my building lord. Is currently functioning, my lord.
I don't like that you can do this.
We have survived the enemy's onslaught.
But it makes sense for me to wall in my farms, and it's not my fault they spawn too close. Shame for them, though. A real shame.
The granary is needed, full, sire.
It's a lot to take in at once, but it sounds like sell your bread, my lord.
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
Tell you what, we'll get rid of you, and we'll have more hops coming in. I'd like to have even more hops coming in. I think I've laid these out just slightly out of order for a really good layout. But, can't change that now. Well, could, but I won't. The lumberjacks also bring plenty of extra wood. We got one to check out.
I have 5 extra today,
5 extra woods. Pretty impressive. Pretty damn impressive.
No change in the treasury, lord.
Bit much, these taxes.
We await orders.
They're never bloody happy with their taxes.
Work halted, my lord. We await orders. Recruits needed, sire. Yes. Archers, ready.
Something worth noting is that your units are, I think, 25% worse in battle. You can see the little red bits next to their health bar. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means less damage dealt, less more damage taken, less health. No idea. Not a Scooby. But I've never really felt it much of a problem because you can... I mean, you're producing 50% more everything. And that really compounds in production trains like bread. So, just produce more units.
We await orders. That's quite a run. That's quite a run.
Okay, how's the The hop situation's coming in, slowly but surely. We shall get brewing. A couple of breweries will go a long way, and then we'll be able to send it off for the snake.
You may have crushed my soul, but you will never have my boots. Food, food, food. I'm putting on so much weight.
The people worship you, sire.
Oh yes, it's good to be a tyrant.
We have so much food nowadays, I'm getting really fat. You are truly the cruelest master in the kingdom.
We await orders.
Recruits needed, sire.
I was told to use any means
Yes.
at my disposal, even cruelty if necessary. That's exactly what we'll have. Inns are pretty good for keeping people happy, but they take up a lot of space, and you need a lot of them at high populations. Couple that with the fact that you need ale and all that, so I wouldn't really recommend them. I haven't balanced the numbers on it though. Churches are even worse, there's no control over them. Have you played Space Colony? No, I have not, Sushi Monster. Hey, there's no animation for the brewery.
Fantastic.
What a shame. Don't know what the production chain is for hops to breweries, but it's certainly nowhere near what it is
The granary is full, my lord.
between the bread economy. Right, the whole reason I built all these woodcutters is so that I could expand the granary and stop being bothered by it being full. There we go. Typical Factorio approach, just make it 6 times larger and then wait for the problems to come to you. Now I get that maybe in terms of cost, yeah, the Fletcher would be cheaper, but I couldn't click my fingers and get 50 bows out of the Fletcher. Meanwhile, the Fletcher would have an early cost of 100 ducats per one that I build, not to mention the wood cost. So I'd rather focus on the bread economy and use money to buy weapons, and that goes for all weapons, especially weapons that need iron and leather. Leather production eats into your ability to create cheese, and iron production is just such a pain, so I will always, where possible, buy weapons in this game as opposed to producing them myself. Lona says Fletcher's may be cheaper, but this is by far faster. I'm converted. Plus this money. This abusive amount of money. Fletchers don't generate dosh. Unless you sell arrows and bows, which is
have seen a band of the rats' troops
weird.
This way.
Recruits needed, sire.
My bow is yours.
Let's have a home defense just in case. We were cutting it a bit fine earlier. Where's my lord anyway?
Me lord?
That's what I'm asking. Oh, there he is. He's a little injured, but nothing too shabby, and he does not appear to be affected by bad things, probably because he is the bad thing. How are we looking on that ale, though? Getting there. I'm disappointed that you only had 1 barrel of ale for me, though.
You are truly the cruelest master in the kingdom.
That one voice actor they have, it's pretty appealing. Probably does every voice.
You are truly the cruelest master in the kingdom. Food, food, food. I'm putting on so much weight.
The rats' troops are attacking.
You say so? Now this might look pretty impenetrable, right? 124 archers, but as soon as you have things like mace men, swordsmen, pikemen coming at you, archers won't make a dent.
The enemy are vanquished.
Halfway there on the ale. Another 10, and we got everything that...
I have one extra today, my lord.
Oh, that's really nice. Even with ale, which you only normally get one of, that bumps you up to 200% efficiency, although it doesn't happen for all of them, so not really.
We await orders.
Recruits needed, sire.
Yeah, then you buy crossbowmen, build square towers, and you go back to being completely impenetrable, says Blue Spartan. Nah, you're not incorrect.
We await orders.
Crossbowmen slaughter everything. They're slower at firing, but so much more powerful than regular bowmen. If archers are not making a dent, you do not have enough of them. Does anyone know if there's a limit to the amount of units you can have on the map in this game?
We await orders.
Weapons needed.
500
sire.
says Blue Spartan. That seems odd. Feels like a number I would have reached before.
Yes. Moving off.
God, it's good to have money.
You are truly the cruelest tyrant in the kingdom, your
halted, my
lordship.
lord. This building is currently functioning, my lord.
Don't like having peasants around by the fireplace. Good for drawing in as military labour, but they eat and pay taxes, sure, but they don't contribute to the economy. Better to have them contribute and pay taxes.
With
And
these rations,
sometimes not even
you
eat.
are really spoiling us.
In fact, yeah, I am pretty cruel, so why should I even give you
No
food? And why don't I just tax you to hell and back?
Please, sire. I have a family to support.
This money is mine. You don't deserve food.
No space in the armory. Work halted, my lord. A message from your scribe. The shipment of ale has been completed and sent to the snake. Hopefully, the reinforcements he promised will arrive soon.
Sure, I need those reinforcements.
Weapons needed, sire.
Oh, let's have a tavern though, right? Keep our people happy.
Not enough workers available to run this building.
Oh, right, all my employees are just running away.
This building has no labor, sire. This building has no labor, my lord. This building has no labor, sire.
There we go. You always have at least 4 workers, so I should be able to get the inn operational.
Archers, ready! That's quite a run. We are on our way.
Nah, I'll just have you
Leaving
chill out here.
now.
No, let's not be that silly.
The troops promised by the snake have arrived, sire.
Very nice of the snake. I like him. He's probably my favourite of the so-called tyrants. I say so-called because I think I can do a bit better than him. Don't know if these walls are actually connected. Can you get up there?
My bow is yours.
Maybe. But probably not.
Me lord. Moving off.
Yeah, these parts don't connect. That's fine though. And there's our friend coming on in.
This building has no labor, sire.
So I have 4 workers. Where are they?
Needs 2 more people. Halted, my lord.
I must have something operational that I don't want operational. No, but what happens is my nasty buildings become animated.
A large force of the rat's men are marching towards us.
These animate when you have lower than 50 popularity. So this guy readying his blade, operating the dungeon, setting fire to something.
This building has no labor, sire.
Where are my workers? Ah, ox tethers.
Work halted, my lord. This building is currently functioning, my lord.
There we go. Now we'll have a fully functional inn, which should help with the popularity problems.
Stay inside and hide just now, sire.
You know, a little bit. Did some googling. It's 1,000 troops-ish, says Blue Spartan. That's the limit, eh? Good to know. Aye, nobody's touching this.
Could you lower the taxes just a little tiny bit, please, master? You may have crushed my soul, but you will never have my boots. We're all starving, lordship. How the people suffer under the tyrannical yoke of taxation, your lordship.
Ah, it's the little things, isn't it?
The rats' troops are attacking.
I mean, granted, that's a bigger army, but it doesn't stand a ghost of a chance. This is nice. All these trees weren't here earlier. They do grow as long as there's a tree for them to grow from. I think if you wipe out all of them, they'll randomly spawn after a while, but it's such a nice touch. The map is alive. I just wish you spent enough time on a map to really notice and care about it. Well, I noticed it here, but I elongated this this level on purpose, so that my people could enjoy a drink. +4 happiness from the tavern.
I would stay inside and hide.
Minus everything else.
Instructions. Take steady aim.
Let's see how long this lasts. The answer is not very long.
We await the castle has held firm.
And I didn't even need those troops from the snake. But I really liked the fact that you had that bit where you deal with him and send him goods for units. Bit of allying with the tyrants.
Message from the rat.
Things are going well, aren't they? Yes. I think they are. Must be.
I would stay inside and hide just now, sire.
With the siege force annihilated, victory is yours. But upon your return, news arrives that the snake has broken his agreement and has claimed the Rats' County as his own.
I expect nothing less from that double-dealing reptile. I will deal with him myself. In the meantime, we have had some good fortune. Whilst the rat has been running around the county like a headless chicken, a small force has stolen into and captured his own castle. He is currently charging home to retake it, and I want you to go there and take charge of our garrison. Why didn't you intervene sooner? No one asked me. These rebels have had too many easy victories against Nichols. He's making ours look weak. Make sure they don't succeed this time. I'll go break some eggs.
When the pig was born, it is rumoured he looked so hideous that his parents abandoned him in the street. Whatever the case, it is known that he was taken in by a group of travelling bandits who raided small towns and villages throughout the homeland. Whilst growing up with this small army of rogues, he was vastly underfed. However, after developing a crude but effective understanding of basic military tactics and being nominated as their leader, the pig made sure that he had first call on the best foods after each raid, and has overeaten ever since.
Defend the Rat's castle against its former owner. It is very badly designed, so you will need to strengthen it. Time spent finishing his moat would be well spent. This is an excellent opportunity to finish off one of the tyrants for good.
Oh, I don't disagree with you there, Sir Longarm, but it is fast approaching 2 AM, so I think it's high time that I put this stream to bed and put myself to bed. It's been great playing Stronghold. I don't know if we're going to make a full campaign out of this, but it has been very nice to wash the taste of that awful game out of my mouth. That I've thankfully forgotten its name, but it had something to do with trains. Alright, we're going to call it there, so cheers for joining, and until our next streams, whenever those are, probably later today, it's a cheers and a cheerio.